Chicago 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yes, you're in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We called in sick yesterday. We're back, though. We're back. It is a good Tuesday. A lot going on. We will give you a chance to win tickets to Rapids at 11:45. Hope you guys listen to Rover. Miami Dolphins are perfect and coming home for their first game against Denver. How about the Gators? A huge win. Deion Sanders sold over $1 million in sunglasses and so much more. Jimmy, good morning.
Hello, and good morning. I'm not even surprised a little bit.
And hello, Francis.
Hi, good morning. Happy Tuesday.
How was your Boston trip? Did you park a car?
I did.
Get some
Lots of
chatter.
cars, yeah.
Got some chatter, too,
I got
huh?
so much chatter. I had to try it at every place that they told me it was good, was famous for it. It was great. If my husband surprised me for my anniversary, well, he did his best to surprise me. And I just found out the evening before the trip that we were headed to Boston for the weekend. And it was a really great time. Never been before. Mm-hmm. What a beautiful city. So much history.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Good.
Only imagine.
And the people were so friendly. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. And we got very lucky because, of course, there was a hurricane heading that way.
Yeah, what happened?
Of course.
What happened with Lee?
Of course, that was in the on the text line messages as well.
Of course there was. No, but we had 2 gorgeous days. There was a couple days of rain, including yesterday, but other than that, it's just beautiful. We had really great weather.
Now you stayed at Belichick's house, right? You said.
How did you know?
In the basement from the show that him and Nick did.
Yeah.
So of course,
Ben Franklin's house.
this is something that he had planned for a while. My husband was really good about it. He got in touch with the boss and the boss's boss and let them know, like,
really?
hey, this is what I'm
The
planning.
boss's boss too?
He got in touch. So he
Pittman?
did this.
Wow.
How did you know?
Pittman gave the
Amazing.
blessing?
He called
How did you know?
Now you know when you need a day off, when you got to call the boss's boss.
Just have my husband call.
I got an email late that night, and it was from our boss, and he said that he talked to your husband.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, since when does he work for the company? What's going on? He goes, she's not going to be here. I said, okay, cool.
Yeah. Just a great time, great trip. And we were not obviously the only ones from Florida there. When we were on our plane, we were like, wow, there's a lot. We didn't even think about it.
The Dolphins.
FSU and the Dolphins.
Yeah.
FSU played Boston College.
That's right.
So there was a lot of FSU and Miami Dolphin fans on both of our flights.
There you go. How about that, huh?
Yep.
And then I saw that you found a Georgia bar
We did.
and a big bulldog.
Hilarious.
Of course you did.
Well, look, my sister's the
Leave
one
it
who
to
sent it
you.
to me, and I was in heaven. I have not been surrounded, because we don't have really any here, and surrounded by them. And they had specifically the downstairs set up. I mean, there was probably like 200 of us in there. And
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, it was.
Were you guys nervous?
It was a cool spot. Clary's, yes. The first half, I was not a happy camper. But yeah, all in all, great town. So much more to see. Like it's going there one time was perfect. But we were talking about, definitely getting up there again one day, because there's just so much to
Would you
do
move
and
there?
see.
Too
No,
much.
the weather. It was beautiful while we were there.
Yeah.
I just don't. We actually met a lot of people who moved from South Florida, Boston.
Good.
Yeah, you're like, get them out of here.
Go.
Get him out of here.
Bring more.
No, but we were hanging out with somebody who, and I'm not super hockey fan.
Yeah.
But after the fact, we were like, all right, let's do some research on this guy. Really cool guy, and his name is Craig Janney.
Okay.
And he played for the Bruins
Okay.
back in the day,
All
like
right.
during the Gretzky days.
And you met him?
And we hung out with him, and he was showing us some videos about him, and
Okay.
because we were talking about how crazy of a sport it is, and how he was talking about the concussions that he got, and he showed us this one move. But he's a Hall of Famer. And
Wow.
so find out there was a movie called Miracle on Ice, and
Yeah.
it's based
Right.
on him, on his life. So this guy's
Well, he was in the Olympics?
This guy's a
wow.
big deal.
Wow.
And of course we didn't realize it, but I'm sure
Well, you're a big deal, too.
I'm sure people who are Bruins fans are like, yeah, Craig Janney, like he's
Huge.
he's it. Yeah.
Did he ask you for an autograph or anything?
No.
Yeah. Well, I think you had a sign, right?
Gonna-
Said no
yes.
autographs, no pictures or autographs.
Don't bother me. Go to Boston.
Yeah,
Well,
but cool, like the Boston,
Did you see Fenway Park?
It's so we didn't go to Fenway. We were going to go to the Dolphins game, and then somebody was just like, listen, when
That's
you get
far.
out to Foxborough, they said, you're basically stuck.
Yeah,
They
it's
said,
far.
It's traffic and everything.
It's
They're
one
like,
road.
so you just got to know that you're going to be there for a while. So they kind of talked us out of it. But we had friends who flew in for the Dolphins game, and we talked to them after the fact, and they said that stadium was insane. They said it was a beautiful stadium.
Oh, yes.
Gillette, yeah.
Brand new. About 5 years old.
But one of the coolest things that we did, and I know it sounds weird, the public library is so cool.
I heard it's awesome.
Yeah.
The
Chris got
Boston,
his card.
it is so.
Chris got his library card there.
From Boston.
It is It looks like you're in the Vatican. It is insane. The art and everything on the ceiling and all. It is really, really
Did you
crazy.
see Tom Brady?
I didn't see Tom Brady, no. I looked for Mark Wahlberg, too.
I was going to say Wahlberg. Wahlberg was next.
He was at Rocco's
Take that
Tacos.
joke for me.
I didn't find him. I did not see him.
He was here in Delray. He was at Rocco's
Yeah.
Tacos.
Oh, that's why.
To be honest, I didn't even see one damn Wahlburgers while I was in Boston either.
I don't know if they have one. They have to.
I was going to say they're Boston. I don't know if they've made it. Yeah.
I would think.
Shake Shacks are everywhere, but no Wahlburgers. What's up, Wahlburgers?
I would think they would have to have them in Boston. It would just only make sense.
Yeah.
That they have one there. I'd be shocked. Mark, if you're there, call us.
They have it in the airport. That was the only one I saw was in the airport.
Oh, did you in Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
was it.
awesome. They must crush it there. Jimmy, how was your event watching the Dolphin game?
Oh, we had a good time up at Captain Hiram's on Sunday night, and a whole bunch of people showed up. We watched some Dolphins kick some butt there. Huh? Speaking of the Dolphins and Patriots game, so
It was a close game.
yeah, we had a good game.
Yeah, they got a couple of big breaks. I mean, they could have went either way, like most games. But they're 2-0, and their first home game is this week against Denver.
Yeah, they look good though.
Yeah.
They really do. They're not. It's not like they're fluke wins.
No.
They're playing well. The offense anyway. Maybe they can shore the defense up just a touch, but otherwise they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, winning on the road in the NFL anywhere is hard. So they already won 2 games. And, they got 8 games ahead of them home, which is tremendous.
Now they come home to Denver that's not playing too great of football right now, so that could be another win. You go 3-0, and you got to be happy with that.
Oh, yeah. Especially that the Patriots are 0-2 and the Jets are, dumpster fire now that Rodgers is gone.
Yeah.
Dallas kicked their ass pretty bad. Zach Wilson still can't throw to the right color team. He throws to the other color team all the time. But besides that.
Well, they showed a little bit of promise against Dallas in the first half, but, that doesn't help your win-loss total.
No, they had a chance. It was 10-7.
Yep.
What's the name? Had a chance to get a pick six, dropped it, and then Dallas goes down. ABC announced because of the writer's strike that they're going to have 10 Monday night games.
Really?
Yeah, that was on ABC last night, so that's huge for them. That's actually going to help their ratings. So, because people will watch that game more than whatever they got on ABC.
Yeah, for the few people that don't have ESPN in order to get it. I mean, I'm sure that there are some carriers that don't have ESPN.
Yeah, but I'm
right,
just
isn't
saying,
that when it's normally on, right? Monday Night Football?
Yeah, but I'm saying ABC now, big network's going to get the games. Like last night, the Browns were on against Pittsburgh. Everybody had it on.
Right.
But Thursday night, obviously, it's Amazon, something different. But, I mean, talk about a good find for them during the writer's strike.
Because that's not usual, right? 2 games on Monday night?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Because everybody was watching the games last night on the flight home. Everybody had them on the television.
Oh, yeah.
And they weren't really exciting games to watch.
I was surprised they didn't do that week 1. Isn't that typical? Don't they usually do it on week 1 and then, like to kick off the season and then they go back to the normal one night or one game?
They usually kick off the season every year on a Thursday. That's what they should do.
I mean for Monday Night Football though. The first Monday night game each year. I always thought that there was two.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was surprised it was week 2 and not week 1.
Yeah.
That's all. But whatever. The NFL knows what they're doing and they're
That's
getting
it.
ratings
Yeah.
and the TV, the
Making
networks.
money.
They know what they're doing and so I don't.
It's great for ABC.
yeah.
Like I said, they would never get the ratings they're going to get over the next 6 to 10 weeks.
Sure.
I mean, to watch the game. And everybody puts it on. I mean, everybody was like shocked last night. The game's on ABC. So, again, affiliated with ESPN. They all do the same thing. So they had that.
It's all owned by Disney.
Yeah, so it's good.
And
Good for them.
what a terrible, the injury that happened to Nick Chubb.
Oh, it's terrible. Jimmy was talking about this morning.
Yeah.
That was one of those things that, boy, I was like, oh, wow. They like the network wouldn't re-show
Nope.
it. It's like, oh, I have to seek this out. And then I sought it out and I was like, no, please, can I unsee that?
I know. I did the same thing. I seeked it out, and I wish I did not. But, oh, God, it's so terrible.
Does that end his career?
Probably not.
He's already had that injury to that knee, though.
Yeah.
So this is the second time, and this one looked pretty significant.
It's bad. I mean, you never know. With technology today, he might come back in a year. And he might not.
yeah.
You know,
Man,
it's
if
a
he
tragedy.
does, God bless him. Because after seeing that,
it's
wow. That's, hey, the fact that he's running back to boot, I mean, it's
It's very bad.
jeez.
I mean, definitely not a good situation at all. So we'll see what happens. Sports betting looks like it's going to Supreme Court now. That was the ruling this morning.
Really? So, because we were hearing that today is the day that we would be able to access that Hard Rock app. So know that.
Hard Rock, and everybody gets confused. Hard Rock could have put this app on a month ago if they wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they just
Of course.
chose not to. And then today, they could put it on if they want to, but it's going to Supreme
Well,
Court.
because they don't want to put it on like they did last time and then be like, oh, never mind.
But the Supreme Court, it could be a year from now.
Yeah.
I mean, and it could
it's
be
going to be, because it won't be brought up till what, spring? Isn't that what Brian said the other day?
No,
if it goes to the Supreme Court, it won't be heard actually in front of them until spring.
Yeah, he said they can decide also next week that we're not going to hear it.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so they could do that.
Yeah,
or
they might turn around and go, all right, we're not even hearing this case. We're going to go, reverts back to the lower court ruling.
Yeah, and so we'll see. I mean, right now, if you're the Hard Rock, I guess people look at it back and forth. I was with a gentleman last night who has a lot of influence in the state of Florida, and he says that maybe they don't want to put it on because they don't want the Supreme Court to, think they're arrogant. Like, hey, we're putting it on, you know what I mean? Maybe they might have that thought process in their mind. You never know. I
did a little sports betting while I was there. You can't get away from DraftKings in Boston.
Oh,
It is all over the garbage cans in public. It's all over.
How did you do?
The subway system. I just did a little bet. I only
Did you win?
Profited $90.
That's awesome.
So
did you take my play?
I'll take it. But I took the under. That's it. With the Dolphins game.
Thank you.
Yep. And so I put down 100.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How much?
Yeah.
And you didn't bet the game.
Baller.
And,
Yeah.
Betting 100?
Well, so my husband said that he was going to Zell me the other half would be 50-50. But then since I won, I was like, don't worry about it. I'll got this one. You don't have to give me money so that I don't have to share.
Yeah. Some things in my life, like people, obviously, when I say something, they have a tendency of thinking I'm making it up or whatever. And I was out to dinner Sunday night at Harry's with a young lady, and she goes, your phone's brutal. And I'm like, it's Frances. She's in Boston. She's betting. And she looks at me. She goes, you want me to believe that Frances is betting in Boston and texting you? And, I'm like,
I wanted to take the under, and I wanted his opinion, and he was like, yeah. So I went with it.
And it was one of those times where I was telling the truth.
Yeah.
Well,
She's
so
like-
rare. I mean,
I know,
we're
right?
taken aback.
I was shocked.
Did you show her? You're like, look.
Of course. I said, see, you have me pegged for the wrong guy. She was, the girl you work with bets? I said, oh, my God. She's like, Phil Mickelson. Forget about
Well,
it.
no, like Matt, my husband, was just like, oh, no. Because, I got excited that I won. And then I was like, what next?
Yeah. All right.
No, but I luckily can't bet in Florida, so I'm done for now.
Take that 100.
I'm done for now.
Yeah, I was watching the game, and my buddy had the over. And I said, I sort of like the under.
I
He's like,
was worried a little bit at the end that they might, but yep.
well, they
stayed
had a
under
good
46
first
and a
half.
half,
Yeah, good. And did you go back the next day to collect or that night?
Well, no, you can just do it on the app.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So do you have the cash now?
They will put it like right into your accounts.
So did
Just
you get the
transfer it,
cash?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you put it back into your account, or
Yes.
you in your DraftKings?
It's no, I took it out of DraftKings because I can't bet.
Smart.
I know.
Nice.
I can't use DraftKings here.
That's awesome.
Right?
Sorry, DraftKings.
And they won't.
we hit and laugh.
Even if we do get this through.
Right?
They
No.
won't. Yeah.
No, DraftKings is not involved. So congratulations to you, Franny.
Yeah.
Good job. Way to take that money. It's always the best way to do it in gambling. If you win, leave. In anything you do, just leave. Because you know what? You'll be ahead. And 9 times out of 10, your next bet, you're going to lose. That's right. Jimmy, you're still undefeated, I believe, in sports betting, aren't you, from the Packers Super Bowl?
Well, not if you count my Hard Rock bets.
Okay.
Because I've lost a couple on there.
Yeah. But for years, you were undefeated.
Well, it was the only one I ever made.
Yeah,
1-0.
I used to always say
And
people I
even
know.
that was sort of like a I don't want to say gentleman's bet, but I mean, somebody else put the bet in for me.
So what? You're
You know,
undefeated.
but,
I told people, I said, Jimmy's undefeated. They go, get out. I go, yeah, never lost. Never lost. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday, which we thought was Monday. My mistake. If you guys want to get involved, you could do a couple different things. You could text us, Real Radio 47142. You can call us, 877-927-6969. You can also email Jimmy at realradio921.com. What was the biggest surprise of the weekend maybe for you? Or maybe you did something big. Jimmy had a big event. Francis went to Boston. The Gators won a huge game Shocker.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that one.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people were.
Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah,
but then again, Tennessee just does not win in the swamp.
Nope, they cannot. I think the last time they won is 2003, but that was a big win. Florida State had a tough time.
And that, they did. And but that bumped the Gators into the top 25,
Yep,
right?
first time.
How
in a
about
while.
that, huh? I don't think anybody
Colorado.
saw that coming this year.
You might not realize revenue and sports and like that, but millions, and I can't even say the word, millions of dollars were made Saturday night for bars and restaurants open to 2 a.m. watching the Colorado State game.
Oh, my God.
People
I
were,
bet.
I talked to some people on Sunday, and I was out and about. It was, and on a normal season, nobody's watching that game. They don't even care.
No.
Only guys that watch that game are bettors. Besides that, but I mean, every place I was at, packed to the gills. The game ended 2:10 in the morning. It was crazy. And Dion's Sunglass Company made $1 million the next day. So thanks over to the college coach, Colorado State. That was smart of him. Call out Dion. And he said that. And people didn't realize Dion owned the company. And then he was like, oh, yeah, he owns the company.
I didn't realize that either.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I
he
had
owned the
no
company.
idea.
Yeah, he owns the Sunglass Company, him and his son. Years
Well,
ago.
Blenders.
Yeah.
That's a huge company.
Yeah.
So is it him that owns it, or does he have his own line with Blenders?
I think he has a majority piece of that company.
Okay.
Because they said it made $1.2 million the day after the press conference when the Colorado State quarterback said.
I did see that, but I didn't realize that was him. I thought he just partnered up with Blenders for those shades.
From what I read, that's his company.
Okay.
But again, who knows?
Either which way, I think the point is
Yeah.
that he made it because of the mess between him and the Colorado State coach. That company got
It just
$1.2 million.
It shows you our country, where we're at, what we're about, how big sports is. And like I said, Saturday night, places were packed. And I'm happy for restaurants and bars because they wouldn't have anybody. And we're talking 2 o'clock. There was places that stayed open later than usual.
So they do. They have the Sanders collection.
Yeah.
There's a different owner to the Blenders.
Yeah, but he still has a big piece of it.
But cause a controversy, and people answer with their wallet.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the coach opened his mouth. He should have never did it. And he also took a shot at Dion's mom.
What about the hat line? Because it wasn't just the sunglasses, it was the hats too, right?
Oh, Colorado, you know how much money they have made in apparel in the last 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
It's crushing. I've seen people in Boca with Colorado sweatshirts on. I'm like,
it's like
Really?
Colorado.
what are you doing, lost? It's like when I used to see Steph Curry jerseys.
Bandwagon fans.
Oh, yeah. You
Oh,
see
yeah.
that, Messi, and Botox. Well, those 3 things in Boca all the time. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Glad we're back in the house with you guys. If you had anything that you did this weekend that was special, let us know. We'd always love to hear it. Jimmy, myself, Francis, we're all here. We're going to come back with This Day in History, a trifecta, and so much more on a Tuesday. Peace.
Real radio is the news junkie.
Third season premiere of The Morning Show on Apple TV and the series premiere of The Other Black Girl on Hulu.
I hope that's what it's called.
It's called that. Of course, why would I say that?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Coming to Hulu this Friday and Saturday.
Don't miss our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest superstars from all genres of music on one stage.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Stream it live only on Hulu.
You will not want to miss.
This Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival for the 7th year in a row, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Crash remains on the left shoulder, 95 northbound at Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard. A little bit slow in that area, but again, no lanes are blocked. And outside of that, 95's looking good in Palm Beach County, 15-minute ride between Southern and PGA. I'm Joel Malth.
This report is sponsored by Florida Department of Transportation.
Trains in South Florida can travel up to 80 miles per hour, taking more than a mile for some trains to stop. Whether you're walking, riding your bike, or driving, always stop when the red lights are flashing. Don't try to beat the train. Be rail smart. This message is brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Listen up. This is so easy. Do you want the most money for your used car? Do you want a hassle-free process? Of course you do. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the BBB. That's Better Business Bureau, baby, and thousands of online reviews. Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Get the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVIN.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey,
it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, downtown Boca. Stop in this Friday as the Penthouse will be live when we kick off Greek's Gridiron 2023. Stop in, have a cigar, and maybe a Tito's with myself and Francis as we're on the patio. And this year, Greek's Gridiron bigger than ever. You got a chance to go to Vegas and win a golf cart. It's Strike Cigar Lounge, a great place, great atmosphere. Enjoy life with friends and family. Stop by Strike Cigar Lounge, located in Arroyo Palm Plaza and Boca Raton. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Peace.
And it's a beautiful day here at the Weekend Getaway.
Oh no, looks like a loose stair on the porch.
And he is out.
Add another one to the IL.
Not how they wanted the season to start. At Morgan & Morgan, we know injuries can come out of left field. As America's largest injury law firm, we've recovered over $15 billion for our clients. If you've been injured in an accident, call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is the Greek here with Jeff Jr., owner of Trajan Well, talking about 401ks. I've always heard that 401ks were great, but you're telling me something different.
Well, 401ks are great when you're employed there. However, if you're no longer employed, you probably don't want to keep that 401k with your old employer, and you probably don't want to roll that old 401k into your new employer's plan.
Really? Why's that?
Well, most 401ks have limited investment options and can cost you thousands of dollars more in fees. And that's true even if you roll it over into your new employer's 401k. You also lose a lot of control by leaving your 401k with your old employer. If the company sells or merges, they often freeze it.
That's great insight. If you have a 401k with an old employer, stop what you're doing and call Trajan Wealth. 561-390-1000, 561-390-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile is the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Owen. I'm a cigarette.
Do you like being a cigarette?
No, I don't. Not really into killing thousands of people. Sorry, no filter.
Right.
What's your sign?
Pisces?
I'm a Cancer. Cigarette joke. But seriously, I do cause cancer. And heart disease. And strokes. I could go on forever. Unlike the people who smoke me.
The average smoker lives 10 years less than non-smokers. Quit today. Find out how at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-917-5151. 800-917-5151. 800-917-5151.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard.
It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we continue to move through the rest of our Tuesday. We will see showers and thunderstorms moving across the area as well. The stalled front boundary in place. Slow-moving storms and heavy downpours could lead to localized flooding in a few areas. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s for today. We will see more storms returning again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Here in Florida, we have an FPL team of thousands ready for storm season. So as the storm approaches, just know our job isn't finished until everyone's lights are back on. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Mine the depths of God's Word and ignite your faith with Pray.com's new podcast, The Heartbeat of Faith, with me, Dr. Andrew Farley.
The beast raged against him, but he was not equal to the Lord of Lords. God's chosen hero, the Messiah, Jesus Christ, had defeated evil once and for all.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Strike's Cigar Lounge.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Hey, this is Granny. Greg, I'm going to have to start calling you Lionel. Because last night, you left my Virginia messy, honey.
You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I didn't catch the reference. Lionel? I thought it was she was.
Get it out of my head. I got it, and I don't want it.
I didn't get it because I thought Lionel was all night long.
Really?
Lionel Richie?
Lionel Messi?
Oh, I didn't get that. I was going Lionel Richie. All night long, you remember the song?
Yeah, but you know what he said about his Virginia?
Yeah,
he
yeah.
left it.
Messy. Yeah.
That part.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Sorry. Mr. Runway Whitney.
All right.
Just saying, Granny, get your blank together. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And Granny, by the way, you can't call till 12 o'clock. Franny's here.
Hey, what's up?
It's this day in history and a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Greek's Trifecta.
All right, you heard it on Real Radio. The Gators' big win Saturday night. My God, 29-16. Tennessee has not won there in years. My God, it was unbelievable. The Gators, the crowd was going crazy. They had a good time and jacked up. So hats off to the Gators' big win. Other college football news, Georgia did get a scare, but they ended up winning. Alabama, oh, my God, what a scare they got.
Now, right?
Ooh, yeah, they're playing Mississippi this week.
Yeah.
Bet your 401k on Mississippi. And the 7 points they're giving you, that's a gift. I'm telling you today, because I'm coming out of retirement for that game. Alabama's quarterback, just not a good team. I'm shocked they're giving 7 points. Colorado State. Colorado ended up winning in double overtime, which was a great game. So college football, we'll keep it going every week. And always remember, you can hear the Gators on Real Radio. Miami Dolphins are 2-0. They beat the Patriots, dedicated the game to Francis as she was up in Boston. Bill Belichick was not happy, 24-17, and they did cover. Last night in Monday Night Football.
He pulled out his red flag out of his socks.
Yeah. See that?
Yeah.
That's Bill. Last night Monday Night Football, Steelers beat the Browns in a shocker, but their defense scored 2 touchdowns. And the Saints in Carolina, was like a meeting with your boss. Just boring. Totally bad. If you know Patrick Mahomes, text him, say hi to him. He got a new contract. He's going to be making about $53 million a year. Hopefully he can make it in Kansas City on that. He already had a $500 million year, but they just wanted to make him the highest paid quarterback. And I understand that because you got to make Patrick happy. So I'm sure he's happy, his wife's happy, and probably his brother's happy too because he lives off of him. And that is your first trifecta of the day. Now it's over to Jimmy for This Day in History.
On this day in history.
Alrighty, well, we're going to go back 227 years. In 1796, in his farewell address, George Washington implored his country to maintain neutrality and avoid entangling alliances with Europe. 59 years ago today, we kind of heard this one for the first time. Remember that? Yeah, Flipper debuted in 1964 on NBC. It ran for 3 seasons. They eventually did another version in 1995 starring a very young Jessica Alba.
Oh, wow.
53 years ago today, 1970, the Mary Tyler Moore Show debuted on CBS. I believe this is also the anniversary of when it last aired as well. I didn't see the date on that, but kind of funny how it started and stopped on the same day. 50 years ago today, 1973, America's first true pirate radio station, Free Radio America, went on the air in international waters just a few miles off the coast of Cape May, New Jersey. 41 years ago today, 1982, a computer scientist at Carnegie Mellon University named Scott Fahlman became the first person to use the smiley and sad face. This is when emojis were born on this day. And now he regrets it, too. He says mainly he's disappointed with how they've evolved into the little yellow computer graphic faces.
Oh.
38 years ago today, in 1985, a U.S. Senate committee heard testimony on the labeling of rating of music with explicit lyrics. It was initiated by the Parents Music Resource Center, led by Al Gore's wife, Tipper Gore. The PMRC had made a list of the most objectionable songs. Their Filthy 15 included Prince's Darling Nikki, Sheena Easton's Sugar Walls, Twisted Sister's We're Not Gonna Take It, and Cyndi Lauper's She Bop. Could you imagine them today?
Right? With the music we have out now?
Yeah, wow.
Well, things changed, obviously.
35 years ago today, in 1988, Bon Jovi released their 4th album, New Jersey, which included their hits Bad Medicine and I'll Be There For You. 29 years ago today, in 1994, ER premiered on NBC. It ran for 15 seasons, and I still have a crush on Sherry Stringfield. And finally, 12 years ago today, in 2011, if you're a Yankees fan, you're going to love this one. Mariano Rivera registered his record-setting 602nd career save. That's right, 602 career saves. When he retired in 2013, he had an unprecedented 652 saves. Enter Sandman. And that's what happened on this day, September 19th.
Awesome, Jimmy. Thank you so much. Franny, a lot of people always ask people, are you happy at your job? And I think it's one of the biggest questions people ask. Are you happy in your relationship? Are you happy with life? But when it comes to jobs, where are people the happiest? Should we guess?
Well, you can guess, and I have the 10 companies that people claim, and it's of people. This is actually a study that is done. So they topped the best places to work report from Comparably, a workplace culture and corporate brand reputation platform. They said there was more metrics that came to this to find the happiest employees. Now, do you want to guess? Out of the 10, I have 10 here, and I have heard of most of them. There's a few on here that I'm not super familiar with.
Okay. Any in the food industry?
There is not.
Okay. Because I was going to say White Castle.
Then I'm going to say Google.
You know, Google did not make the list.
No.
Not the top 10, at least. Uh-huh.
And
I said they said noticeably absent in the article. It mentions Google being absent from that list, which typically it is up there. Well, it didn't even make the top 100.
That's surprising. As far as happiest, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and it normally does. Yeah, it didn't even make the top 100. I have the top 10 here, but yeah, they did make sure to say that Google didn't even make the top 100.
Is this based just on like employee surveys type thing?
Yes.
Okay. So.
Well, Google also is one of those people that puts a lot of stuff out there. Like everybody's so happy, it's kumbaya. Probably miserable.
Well, maybe, yeah. I mean, if the reports are coming from the company itself, but I've always been, and again, maybe it's been misleading that, you know, it's the employees that say that they really enjoy working there.
Well, you can't say
They said that it was. It was an anonymous sentiment rating submitted by employees to this website.
Yeah, because if you work for a company, you don't want to say it sucks. That's not good for your longevity there. But inside you might be, this place sucks. Management's terrible. They don't even know what they're doing.
Starbucks?
Starbucks is not on the list. No coffee or food places. Now, there is a company that is on here that does They also do food delivery.
Uber?
As well as other things.
Oh,
Uber,
really?
number 3 on the list.
How about Disney?
Disney is not on the list.
Well,
I will let you know.
it shoots those theories out.
Right? That, like I said, some I'm not familiar with, but the number one list or number one company on here, it's a California headquartered provider. They do cloud-based finance and human resource software, and we actually utilize them here with iHeart.
Oh, ADP.
Workday.
Oh, Workday. Okay.
Yep. Workday is on there at number 1, but ADP did make the list at number 9.
No kidding.
Yep. So it is in the top 10, and that is a human resource service and software. But yeah, number 1, Workday.
Wow.
Which we utilize
all the time
here with iHeart.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know number 2 is Top Golf.
Oh, wow. I can see that.
Yep.
They're hanging out, playing
and
golf.
I don't know if it's that or if it's the corporate side of it, right? It could be a,
I
mix of both.
Yeah, you might be right. I thought it would be the place you hang out, playing golf.
Mhm.
Beautiful girls come in, drink beer.
I don't know if you can drink beer and play golf while you're working.
Oh, you can?
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to.
Well,
I think that's for the customers.
I know what's on the list. Monroe's.
But it should be on the list.
Oh, it's number 11.
Locally,
It just made the
locally it would be. But yeah, so AT&T at number 4.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. Boston Consulting Group.
That's because you were just there.
Is that it? Number
That's
5?
why.
Yeah, you were just there. That's why. They're like, wow.
AT&T, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, how about that's it. How about Comcast or Xfinity?
Yeah, Ring Central. They didn't make the top 10. Ring
Okay.
Central at 6, which I'm guessing is part of the Ring doorbell. Is Ring Central? I'm not sure. Like I said, there's some I'm not 100. I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
Like Informatica. That's a software company. Proofpoint at number 8. That's a cybersecurity company. And then number 9, you mentioned, Jimmy, ADP. And then at 10, it's an education technology company, which I'm not familiar with either, called Chegg, Chegg.
Where's there, if you can see the list, a company that you think most people would know that's on the list?
Well,
early
of course, I think Topgolf, Uber, AT&T, right?
Yeah,
They're in the top 5.
Yeah.
You have also made pretty high on the list Adobe, IBM, and Experian. Those are pretty big household name recognitions with those companies too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was surprised by these. But the majority of these, besides Topgolf, are tech-based companies.
Yeah, no casinos, huh?
No casinos, G-Man.
Mm.
Nope. But yeah, a lot of these are telecom tech kind of companies that make it. And typically that's what we see all the time when it comes to this.
And they're probably the ones who want to do the surveys, too. Most people are like, I'm not doing it. I might get screwed. I might say something bad about my company. I'll get hammered. Give us a call if you're happy where you
They're
work.
like, anonymous my ass. I know it's not.
That's right. It is. Do you trust it?
Yeah.
We always talk about it. We get them on our company.
They
and
say it's anonymous, but I don't know.
And then they say to us, you haven't taken your survey. And you're like, wait a minute. I thought it was anonymous. How did you know? 877-927-6969. Maybe you work at a place. That's great. Let us know. Give them a little bit toot-toot. That means blow their horn. Other neighborhoods, I know it means something else. Or a company that you think would be great to work for. Let us know. You could also text us at Real Radio 47142.
The Breakers is actually at 54 on the list.
Oh, that's impressive.
All
How about that, huh?
The Breakers Palm Beach made the list.
I was just going to say Palm Beach. Is that a super big company? Like they have a big, they fall underneath a blanket of a big company?
I think it's just the Breakers.
Just
I
the
think.
one
I don't know.
location?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, that's pretty impressive to be put up in to that type of class.
Yeah.
They probably get good discounts, too. So people are like, this place is sweet. Give me 50% off.
Get a free suite for the weekend.
Yeah, it is a beautiful place. It's one of the nicest places around. There's no in the country, not just locally. It's gorgeous, Breakers. Yeah, but if you have a place that you work at that you think is great, you want to give them some recognition, call us.
Speaking of, I saw that you went to eat somewhere that brought you back to New York City.
Yeah, I went to Harry's.
Yeah.
I spoke about it earlier when I said when you texted me.
Is that no? But was it? But you said that you were there having dinner. But is it? I have never heard of Harry's. Is this a big staple in New York City? And then they brought one down here to South Florida.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty new, a couple months. Harry Cipriani's. It's a very big restaurant in New York for years and years and years. It's beautiful, beautiful place, and the area is right down by where you get the Bright Line in that area.
Oh, okay. Like
across the street from the Publix.
Okay, so around the old city place or whatever it's called, the square these days.
Yeah, very nice. Beautiful place. Beautiful mural that they have on the wall that I really thought was sharp, but the food was excellent. He was actually there himself, Harry, walking around, but a staple in New York City for years. And hopefully they do well. But great place. Very, very cool and just nice vibe. But it definitely brought me back to the city. My dad used to take me there when I was a kid, in my younger years. Let me say, not a kid. But no, it was great. It was a great place, a lot of fun, and the food was excellent. But yeah, if you want to try it out, it's definitely something I recommend. It's a little high end, but it is nice and great scenery and a lot of pretty people are in the house. 877-927-6969. And I was lucky to have dinner with somebody who's doing me a favor. Give us a call or text us at Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Let us know if you did something big this weekend, or maybe one of your teams did good. And are you going to the Dolphin game this week? I'm sure the tickets are sold out for the Dolphins, especially that they're 2-0. They are playing Denver, and Denver is 0-2. So I would think that the Dolphins, I think they're only favored by 7 by DraftKings, by the way. So, Franny, when you did bet with DraftKings, was it fairly simple to figure out?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah. Anybody could do it. You just pick whatever sport you want to do. I'm pretty sure it's similar to what the Hard Rock app was, which I never messed with when it was live here for a bit. But, yeah. Very easy.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes it so much easier when you can bet on your phone. I mean, you know what I mean? And you don't have to go to a place and put the ticket in. Everything's there. And like you said, you transferred the money out already, which is really
just
cool.
Put it right into your account, your bank account.
Which is awesome. Well, yeah, give us a call. Let us know what you think about the weekend. If you did anything special. Did anything surprise you over weekend football? Did you watch that Colorado State game until 2 a.m.? I think it ended, like I said, at 2:20 or 2:15.
There we go. We got a couple texts in at 4-7.
Eastern, no, is that what you mean? It ended at 2 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Late here.
But that's late for us. I mean, Yeah, definitely.
Couple texts at 47142 started off with Real Radio. We have Sarah B asking if we were able to go to the bar where Cheers was based on. And yeah, it is, everybody says, you just want to take a picture of it from the outside with a sign.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing. Because it's a set on the inside. You walk in and you're like, oh, this isn't the bar. But it is cool. And they have like the cutouts from Cheers characters and stuff like that.
So you did go.
Yep. And then we also have on here they wanted me to name the ex-hockey player I met in Boston again. They said their cousin dated a former Boston Bruin defenseman. This guy was going through a divorce. I do know that. I learned a lot about him. Married 25 years, and he was like, I'm out. He was like, I'm going to be dating a bunch of young girls. And I was like, I'm fine. His name was Craig Janney. Craig Janney was the name, and Hall of Famer, like I said. Yeah, he played in the Olympics.
It's amazing.
He had a movie based off of him. Yeah,
wow.
we did some digging after we hung out with him.
And you say he's Hall of Famer?
Yeah. Wow,
that's awesome.
Craig Janney played for the Bruins for a while. Let's see what else. We have Fins up 2-0, first in the division, and I'm taking credit for it. It says I bought a Dolphins hat for week 1 and we win.
Wow.
I bought another Dolphins hat for week 2 and we win. I'm buying another hat for week 3. I'm going to end up with 18 Dolphin hats this year, but we're going to the Super Bowl. That's from AJ. Undefeated. Yeah, just keep on buying those hats.
Yeah.
Yep. Then somebody was asking if we saw what happened to Nick Chubb. We did discuss about that. Yeah, that was brutal.
Very sad.
Mm-hmm. And here we go. It says, hey, Penthouse. So just for clarification, can you use DraftKings app in the state of Florida?
No.
Because
I never will.
Yeah.
Probably not.
At least not with the deal that they.
So they have like the location set, right? Like
right.
when they're there, they know where you're at, where you're betting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, a couple years.
That's why mine doesn't work because it says out of service area. Yeah. So they just have Hard Rock seem to consolidate all their because they used to have Hard Rock Illinois. They were like it went by state like there for a while, but now it just seems to be one blanket app for Hard Rock, and it can tell where you are.
Yeah, if you went to Jersey, you could bet.
And that's the thing is that they know where you won the money because I did not transfer the funds over until I got home because I forgot about it. So, and I had one of those moments. I was like, oh, I wonder if they can transfer because I'm back in Florida. But no, because they know that you won while you were in a state where it was legal, then you could still do it.
It's cool. And did you, you said you saw a lot of DraftKings. You didn't walk into a sports book, though, right?
No.
Okay. Because they're supposed to be unbelievably cool, too. Just to walk in.
Yeah, there's an Encore. You got to take a ferry over there, but there's an Encore, and they said it was, my husband didn't have interest, but I was like, oh, let's check it out. So we didn't. But yeah, you take a ferry over to the casino resort, and it's supposed to be really nice, which is a Wynn property.
Yeah, same one.
Yeah,
no doubt about it. Be cool. 877-927-6969. Give us a call. what you think is going to go on with sports betting. Do you think we're going to get it in the state of Florida? Right now, it looks like it's going to Supreme Court and might be on hold, or we never know. We might get it tonight. Who the hell knows? Nobody knows what's going to happen. I know I was at the Palm Beach Kennel Club the other day in the afternoon, and people were asking every 2 minutes them, and I'm sure they were tired of answering it, but they kept saying the same thing. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But it's on everybody's mind. Are we going to get sports betting in the state of Florida? We'll see what happens, and we'll have to follow the story. If we hear anything, we will make sure we tell you guys. If not, it might be another wait of 6 months to a year. But maybe not. Well, nobody knows. It is the Penthouse, and we got some Florida stories. Franny, now that you're back.
Oh, we got a lot of Florida stories, man. A lot of things going on in Florida.
Anything with sharks?
Oh, my God. No, but nothing with sharks. We do have a situation with a guy who did something because he was upset with his ex-girlfriend, who happens to be his cousin, too. There's a twist in that story.
Happy holidays.
Then a neighbor got upset, and I mean, went over the top because his neighbor was trimming trees, and he was not happy about that. This one's a crazy story. We have a guy who stole $1,300 something from Wawa.
Wawa.
I got more. There's so much.
Okay.
But I'll let you know. I'll give you all these details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Crash remains on the left shoulder, 95 northbound at Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard. A little bit slow in that area, but again, no lanes are blocked. And outside of that, 95's looking good in Palm Beach County, 15-minute ride between Southern and PGA. I'm Joel Mal.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Are you tired of listening to stories that are saturated with wokeness? If you are, then you should try Red Pilled America. We tell good old-fashioned stories that align with middle America values. Listen to Red Pilled America anywhere you get podcasts. That's Red Pilled America.
Consumer Cellular's award-winning customer support is 100% based in the U.S., and you are 100% based in the U.S. That's something you have in common with Consumer Cellular's customer service. Consumer Cellular's customer service likes pizza, and you like pizza. You want a free month of service, and we want to give you one. We obviously can't wait to hear from you. Visit consumercellular.com/free month and enter code free month to get your second month free. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Promotion is subject to terms and conditions.
Ugh, I don't have time for a cold.
Honey.
Honey?
You need DayQuil Severe Honey flavor.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honey-licious taste. Because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe Honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honey-licious. Power through your day, medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's to Palm Beach, and this week at Monroe's, 3 days of stunning shows, September 21st to the 23rd. Feature entertainer Bambi Wild live on stage only at Monroe's. That's where the beautiful ladies are. If you want to watch UFC or football and you get the beautiful ladies in your huddle, there's only one place to go, Monroe's. 7 days a week, open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And this week, on the sidelines performing for you, it's Bambi Wild live on stage, September 21st to 23rd. Hut pace.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, where all great meals begin. If you're looking to delight your friends and family with delicious foods, then Joseph is the place. Fresh meats, produce, prepared food, catering, bakery, pizza, seafood, it's all under one roof. And 4 great locations: Boca Raton, Delray Beach, West Palm Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. I don't start any day without going to Joseph Classic Market, where all great meals begin.
Hey, can I let you in on a little secret? Oh, I'm obsessed with the Drop app. Drop makes it so easy to score free gift cards just for doing my everyday shopping at places like Ulta, Sam's Club, and Lyft. So if you're like me and love a good shopping spree, download Drop today and join the secret club of savvy shoppers. And use my code GETDROP999 to get $5. Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Don't miss our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest superstars from all genres of music on one stage.
T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Stream it live only on Hulu.
This Friday and Saturday.
10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we continue to move through the rest of our Tuesday. We will see showers and thunderstorms moving across the area as well. With a stalled front boundary in place, slow-moving storms and heavy downpours could lead to localized flooding in a few areas. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s through the day. We will see more storms returning again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Summer is winding down, but business needs keep ramping up? Check out Indeed, the all-in-one hiring solution that helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by the Fox 29 10 o'clock news. We've got you covered.
This is the iHeartRadio Sports Report.
We had 2 Monday Night Football games last night. In the first one, Tony Jones Jr. scored twice, and the Saints topped the Panthers 2017 to improve to 2-0. In the other game, the Browns not only lost star running back Nick Chubb with a significant knee injury, but lost the game as well as the Pittsburgh defense scored twice, beating the Browns 26-22. Elsewhere in the league, the Chiefs have restructured Patrick Mahomes' contract, giving him $210.6 million between 2023 and 2026, the most money in NFL history over a 4-year span. His compensation for those years is now guaranteed. And in baseball, St. Louis Cardinals pitcher Adam Wainwright earned his 200th career win, pitching 7 innings of 4-hit ball in a vintage performance as the St. Louis Cardinals beat the Milwaukee Brewers 1-0 last night. I'm Andy West with your iHeartRadio Sports Report.
Need more? Open the free iHeartRadio app for the best sports stations in the country and the most sports podcasts with the biggest personalities in the game on demand.
Lex and Terry on Real Radio.
Jeremy, you are our winner. Let's hear your what you think alien music sounds like.
Alien music sounds like.
And there's a promo.
Lex and Terry weekdays 7 p.m. till midnight on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. An iHeart radio station. From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE. Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeart radio station.
Listen on your free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Promises made, promises delivered. College football, Arizona -19. Greek, you said they wouldn't do it, but they did. NFL, Baltimore Ravens +3. We didn't even need the points. Next time, just keep them. I'm so hot right now. Phil Mickelson's calling me, asking me what games I like. Joe Mazzulla, I know you can hear me. What happened to Deshaun? He looks like he needs a massage. I'm ready to roll, ready to roll, ready to roll.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I love gamblers because when they win, they will yell to the ceiling and back. I don't remember even talking about the Arizona game with Anthony, I believe. But Anthony, I'm glad you won. And I'm glad that you're doing well. So continue to be hot, my friend. It is The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Man, I can't believe it's Tuesday already. Probably because yesterday I was sitting on my ass all day working on my dad. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And Franny's back from Boston.
Hey, what's going on?
So you've gone on a bunch of trips this year.
Yeah.
Boston. Let me see if I get them right. Costa Rica, Colorado, and Delray.
Delray.
Right?
No.
No, it's Hialeah.
I thought you went to Delray the week you were supposed to go to Puerto Rico. Or am I wrong?
That was last year for my 40th.
Oh, I
and
thought
I was
that was
supposed to
this
go
year.
to Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right. So
getting islands confused in years.
Okay,
yes.
so what would you say the four best are? Out of the four
There was
best?
a cruise too.
I was
Okay,
gonna say
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Bahamas, right? Yeah.
Oh, so there's five. Out of all
Yeah.
the five, what was the best, would you say?
This is a pretty. It goes to. I don't know. They're all equally awesome.
When's your next trip?
Colorado was awesome. That was only a couple days. Boston was fantastic. I fell in love with the city, and Costa Rica was just. They're all just so different.
Now, I know you're going to Paris in
They're also
October, right? For
different.
17 days?
I don't, but that would be nice. That would be nice.
All right. While you're here.
I do have a work trip in Maryland coming up.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
You know that. I've told you that before.
I don't remember. When was that?
Oh, my God.
Oh, is that
And then I have
bartending gig?
And then I have, yes.
Are you taking off for that?
My company has brought out people to go.
When is this? What Friday is this? Are you missing? My God.
Yep.
Oh, my God. Wow, you get a lot of time. God bless you. Man, you're going to Maryland. Can we come?
You actually have the time, too. You just don't take it.
I can't go anywhere. I'm not allowed. Last time I took a day off, I got
That
paid.
is not true. The boss is like, yes, take your vacation. He's even told you that.
The boss above him, the last time I took a day off, and I have it taped, did something to me that was very not nice.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, that's because they like you and they don't like me.
Okay.
Look at Jimmy laughing.
I ain't saying a word. I ain't saying a word. I've been thrown under that bus too many times.
Don't say anything. Don't say
saying
anything.
a word.
All right, let's do some Florida stories.
Florida? Okay, we can do that.
Florida. Did you say Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Talking about being tossed around, that's something you shouldn't do to a baby, and that's what two women did. And now they're facing charges. They were hanging out at the Coyote Ugly Saloon, and this was in Daytona Beach. They shouldn't have been drinking, by the way, because I'm looking, a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, and they look pretty damn wasted hanging out at the bar over there.
That's problem number one.
That's problem
number
number
two
one.
is there's a child there involved.
Yep. There is a baby involved. Brianna LaFoe, 19 years old, and Sierra Newell were throwing the baby in the air, flipping him upside down at a bar while they were absolutely intoxicated. Witnesses recorded the incident, and they confronted LaFoe, and LaFoe grabbed the baby and started screaming threats towards the people who confronted them. The other girl, that Sierra Newell, she was on crutches. She started threatening bystanders with her crutches, like she was going to hit them. The two women were throwing the baby, according to the witnesses, back and forth like it was a toy. They said over a distance of about 4 feet. They said that LaFoe tried to hit them because they were videotaping the incident. She also flipped the baby upside down by its ankles while approaching the witness in attempts to strike them. They said that the cops were able to watch the video from the witnesses, and it showed them and everything that they said they were doing, aggressively swinging the baby up and down, shaking him by his ankles. And not just that, it was like over concrete, too. The baby did get taken to the hospital, and they said that it had a mark on his x-ray that could indicate a broken arm. Now LaFoe is facing charges of battery and child abuse, while Newell is facing charges of child abuse. So, yeah.
Terrible.
A terrible situation. Yep. And then to them, they just thought they were having a good time with their baby. And then next up in your What the Florida, we have a guy who stole a lot of gasoline from a Wawa. In fact, he stole 1,300 gallons of gas. That is $9,000 worth of fuel.
Wow.
I just don't know how you do that.
Where did he put it in his trunk?
They said it was 3. He did multiple. It wasn't just a one-time deal, right? They said that he hit up multiple locations in Orange County. His name is Yerson Perez. He said that he also was arrested on an active warrant, too. So on top of that, but they announced that about the fuel theft. They said he stole gas from 3 separate Wawa locations. And they said it was from July up until now. And the guy finally got busted. They said that they were investigating these mysterious fuel thefts. And there was video evidence that helped track down Perez. And they said based on the video evidence, business records, bank records, and other investigative techniques, he was positively identified. And now he is going to be booked into that Orange County jail. I'm like, how do you steal gas? Anybody?
A cup?
But you got to put some kind of payment in.
Yeah.
You got to put some form of payment in.
You can't get the pump to work without
It's probably an
paying.
inside job. Probably Joey Wawa has something to do with it.
They were different. There were different locations. Did you say that or
3 different locations.
Yeah.
3 different locations.
You have to have multiple people involved.
Yeah.
It's a big crime ring.
But still, $9,000 worth of gasoline.
I hope they don't raise pretzels.
That is a lot of gasoline.
Because I like their pretzels at Wawa. I hope that we don't get screwed again. I'm just saying.
And then a couple more. This is a crazy situation, and some people are just so trigger happy these days, including this 78-year-old Florida man who allegedly, right, got to give him his day in court, shot and killed his neighbor. And the reason why is because he was trimming trees along their property line.
This is sad.
The shooting was reported around 7:13 this past Sunday evening. And they said Brian Ford was trimming tree limbs along the fence line between the 2 properties when his neighbor, 78-year-old Edward Drulozowski, confronted him. Well, after that confrontation, Edward told police that, I threatened to shoot. And when he didn't leave, well, I did shoot him. Making it seem like that was okay, right? I threatened him. He didn't leave, so I did it.
Terrible.
He was arrested for second-degree murder, according to authorities. He told investigators that Brian kept on walking closer to him, and that's when he pulled the trigger for the first time. He said his firearm holds 6 rounds in the cylinder, but he keeps the first 2 empty for safety reasons. He stated Brian heard the gun click and continued to advance towards him, so he pulled the trigger the second time. He said that's when the firearm went off and shot his neighbor, Brian.
So sad. 78-year-old guy kills this guy. He's going to end up in jail now the rest of his life.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Uh-huh. And then next up in your What the Florida, we have a 17-year-old who thought that it might be a good idea to dress up like I love they call it a married woman. Like, what does that look like when you dress up like a married woman? What's that look? So
I'm not going to ring.
I'm not going to comment.
A 17-year-old boy decided to dress up like a woman, a married woman, according to this, in disguise. And that's what he said, wearing women's clothes and a wedding band. I guess that's how you look at, right?
And a little Lebanon?
And it was he was wearing yoga pants.
Thank you.
But yes, it said it was actually a teen boy in disguise. He goes in, and not only did he have leggings, he had a pink shirt, jean jacket, a face mask, and a bright pink bonnet, because we wear bonnets all the time.
Yeah, they're coming back.
In 2023.
With bell bottoms.
He walked into a Wells Fargo. And yes, tried to rob it. So the person was also wearing a wedding band and carrying a purse, according to photos that were shared with the sheriff's office there. They said he walked up to one of the bank tellers, handed them a note. The note said the person had a gun and demanded money. Before the teller handed over any money or police could arrive, the person ran away from the bank in an unknown direction. So obviously they even spooked themselves. They're like, I don't know if I can go through with this. So attempting to rob a bank is not just a crime, it's a breach of the trust that holds our community together, according to the sheriff. Well, almost 2 weeks later, they were able to identify the 17-year-old boy as the accused robber. He was found near a public storage area by that Wells Fargo area. They did not obviously release his name because he is a teenager, but he is being charged with a felony robbery while wearing a mask, and he was taken into custody and brought into the Juvenile Assessment Center. And that is your What the Florida.
Thank you so much, Francis. Great job. Glad you're back in the house doing Florida stories. 877-927-6969. That's the number to call. If something happened this weekend you would like to reflect on, let us know. Maybe something happened with one of your teams and you're excited, call us. Billy Joel has been playing at Madison Square Garden for a long time, and it looks like at the end of 2024, he's going to do his last show, and that'll make it that he did 150 live shows. I think he started in 2014, so 10 years. So I know a lot of people have seen Billy Joel over the years. I'm sure a lot more people are going to try to go before he ends his residency at Madison Square Garden. They gave him a banner last year, which was pretty cool, that Billy Joel has there hanging up in the rafters with all the Knick players and coaches, Red Holzman, that were retired, famous Knicks like Walt Frazier and Bradley, DeBusschere, Reed, Earl Monroe, Dick Barnett, Red Holzman, and now the Billy Joel has a banner up there. He got it about a year ago, but it looks like at the end of 2024 will be his last show. He's been playing there a long, long time, and always a great show. If you're in New York and you get an opportunity to check it out and get tickets, lucky enough to get tickets, I highly recommend it. Billy Joel is very, very cool. He plays his ass off for years. So there was a book that came out a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, from a gambler. It mentioned a lot about Phil Mickelson, about his gambling and that he bet over $1 billion in his life. And all of a sudden, Phil said now, and it was all over the place, he's not betting football this year. It's going to make a lot of casinos sad because Phil was a stone-cold loser in betting, and he did say that he was addicted to gambling, and he's not going to bet anymore, at least not football season. But he did admit that he was an addict, that he had severe problems. So we do talk a lot of times about books and things that are written. We go back to Canseco. And if things aren't true, people can't put it in books. We've always said it because then it's slander. And when somebody puts something in a book, it's true. Or they're going to end up on a short end of the stick. In the book, though, it did claim that Phil bet on the Ryder Cup. He still says no to that. He tried to bet, but he said he didn't. We'll see what happens with that if that goes anywhere. The Ryder Cup is this week, I believe, in Paris, which is going to be exciting. I have somebody that I know is going out there actually to see it, which is unbelievable. But, yeah, Phil said he was an addict and he's not going to bet anymore. Jimmy, you believe it? Do you think he's done betting, or do you think it's just for a little while or more for his public image?
Well, I think it's one of those things that if he wants to restore his public image over it, he probably should stay away from it. I mean, if you're going to go out and say that I'm quitting something and then you don't quit, then it makes you look even worse. So if the whole idea is to regain a positive image, then I would say that you should probably follow through with it.
Yeah, and because of all the rumors that were around Phil, him betting, when this book came out, I don't think a lot of people didn't believe it.
Yeah, well, it's been around. Apparently, it's a well-known thing. I mean, we've read, numerous articles about it and discussed it a bunch of times about how it's been a problem, and mostly because of the amount of money that was allegedly lost, as it's been said in the past. So, if that's the case, and I'm sure he's not hurting money-wise, but sounds like he's had quite a dent put into his pocket.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, he just signed with obviously LIV for $200 million, so he's okay. He can pay his FP&L bill.
Yeah, he replenished.
Yeah, if he didn't sign that, maybe it would have been different. And there was speculation that's why he signed. He was one of the first ones to go over there and get that money. But yeah, he did come out yesterday. He said this. It's all over the place where he said, hey, you know what? I had a bad problem gambling. Wasn't around my family enough. Wasn't around people I loved, so I'm going to, put my best foot forward. He's a very young man, too. I think he's 52 years old, so he should be okay. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. I know, Jimmy, you had something that Americans either respect or a little bit like, we're not sure.
This kind of seems weird, so check this out. Adults in the U.S. are the least likely out of the whole bunch of countries that were asked they were asking about whether or not kids having good manners is something that is especially good to have, that it's an important quality to have. And Americans are way down on that list. We're like the super low. I'm trying to see if there was an actual number. We are actually the least likely out of 24 countries surveyed in recent years to believe kids having good manners is an essential quality. I mean, not that it's not up there at all, but it being essential, right? So this is a significant drop since 1990, when 76% of U.S. adults said it was a very important quality for children to possess. Now we're only at a 52%.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's pretty low. It's also a stank.
I think that should be like 100%.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and I guess they probably had a whole bunch of different qualities, and that's why. So it was just lower on the list. It's
Okay.
not that it wasn't on there at all, and that Americans said that it was, but it was it being so especially important for them to have it. It's a stark contrast in the leading country compared to the leading country, which is Egypt, where 96% of those surveyed said good manners should be a top parenting priority. Nigeria came in second at 89%, followed by Morocco at 88%. And again, we're at 52%.
Not surprised.
Compared to them. Sixth place, UK isn't far off, with 85% saying good manners were key. Quality Americans do find important for their children are hardworking, which is good, independence, which is good, imagination, and religious faith. The quality named especially important is tolerance. Now, this is what I don't understand. What's the difference between tolerance and good manners? They separated it so much that it just seems to me like that they're so very close together, right? So tolerance was something that we actually thought was very highly of. So I don't know. I guess that's just everybody's interpretation. But maybe that's something that we need to turn around in this country, because good manners is something that we should have.
A lot of adults don't have good manners.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that you see at all restaurants.
Maybe that's why it's not important quality.
I was just going to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it starts at the top, and everything in life. Don't fool yourself. Anything you see somebody doing, the first thing they see is their home.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you go out to restaurants. What do you see? A lot of kids, and it could be high-end restaurants, on laptops. Little, tablets, at a table, sitting there all night, just so, the parents can eat or something like that. Years ago, that probably wouldn't have been allowed.
Right.
You know what I mean? You didn't get up from the table unless you went to the bathroom.
And that's obviously the parents' job, is to keep that from happening. But, I don't know if that's necessarily bad manners, right? Good manners, saying please, saying thank you, being polite to other people, having tolerance. Again, I kind of go back to that because I kind of think that they're intermingled, and they should be. But it's just, I don't know. To me, it was saying nice things, being polite to other people was something that I thought would still be heavily instilled in our children. And apparently it's not an especially important quality according to Americans.
It's sad because that's where it's at. I mean, the family values are down, obviously, in our country. Most people don't eat together as a family like, maybe 40, 50 years ago you did at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock. That's down. Religion's down in our country. It is. There's a lot of different things. And I think the other thing is that nothing really shocks anybody anymore. You know what I mean? Like when you hear it or something like that, you're not really surprised.
And that's what I think we see in other things in the culture, to where people are just setting that bar higher and higher and higher, trying to create that shock.
Yeah.
And I think that's been that way for quite some time. Just think of the days that we were reading earlier about what songs were deemed inappropriate, back in the 95-ish or whenever that was, right? Sheena Easton's Sugar Walls was one of the filthy 15, Prince's Darling Nikki, compared to what we hear today.
Yeah, wow.
What a difference, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It just goes to show where that, like the shock factor has gone so high that in order to create that, you've really got to go out of your way.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, nothing shocks anybody anymore. It really is rare.
But it's such a weird world we live in, right? Because like you said, with the music and that stuff like that, nothing shocks anybody anymore. But then we also live in such a PC world where everybody's so sensitive and touchy and try to cancel everybody. It's it's just very odd.
It is. It is a very strange thing.
Yeah.
I don't think people value marriage for the most part. A lot of people, not all. And there isn't anything that we speak of 100%, but I don't think it is. People are divorced 2-3 times, think none of it. It didn't work out. But I think that's part of the culture. As far as manners go, like I said, that starts with your parents.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's
respect.
something that I would think that would still be on a high priority on parents' list, and it's not. It's simply down quite a bit.
Well, that's because that's part of parenting. And most parents don't want to parent today. That's the first problem.
I think that's part of it, right? I think all three of us can easily say, if somebody gave you something, like you go to the bank, and you're a little kid, and the teller reaches down and gives you a lollipop. If you didn't say thank you, mom, gave you a hit in the back of the head and said, hey, please, say thank you, say please when you ask for something. I mean,
that's how you're raised.
These are just good manners that should be instilled on our kids, and it doesn't take much to do that. But maybe some parents feel like that's imposing something that they don't want on their children, and I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with that. But
again, everybody's different. I think a lot of people want the kids to be friends with them. They're not your friend. My old man used to always say it.
I think there you go, ding ding.
Yeah, you always say, I'm not your friend, G. You know what? You got your friends. Go pal around with them. My job is to teach you right from wrong, and when you get out in society, you do the right thing. But I think that's part of the problem. But again, it's your kids, so you're going to do whatever you deem is to be correct. And your kids are going to follow you in all aspects, whether it's manners, drinking, gambling, drugs, anything you do. Kids see. It's hard for you to tell a kid not to do something when you do it, even like at the table. I remember you didn't get up from the table, whether I was home or out to dinner. You know what I mean? You didn't get up see, I'm going. You see that today all the time. I notice things. Kids are out, get up, boom, walk. That's it. See ya. I'm done. You just didn't see it. You got done with dinner, you picked up your plate and you cleaned it. That's what I did. You walked in, you put it in the dishwasher, washed it off. But it's a different thing. And then, like you said, you see a stat where people don't really value it. Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Now kids come to the dinner table and go, I'm not eating that.
That's a big one. Oh, yeah. You didn't have a choice.
That was never an issue with me.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
Are you finishing yours?
Was there anything that you can remember that you really didn't like super... Just yuck?
No, I think I ate everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't like liver.
Liver.
My mom never really prepared that for
No?
us.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't like liver, but I ate it reluctantly, but I didn't like it. But yeah, I didn't like liver, but it was part of the agenda.
Quickly to my mind, lima beans, but we ate them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I wasn't a lima bean fan when I was a kid. As an adult, I love them though.
I know. I was gonna say, they're good to me. Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. I mean, I can't imagine going down as a kid and saying to my mother, "I don't like this.
I'm not eating this."
Yeah, I don't like pasta tonight. What else you got? I didn't even, and I don't think it was part of the culture.
And again, it goes back to what you were saying. That's the parent's fault. That's not
right.
the child's fault.
That's
the
right.
child is going to say that, and then you need to say, "Well, no, this is what's been prepared."
That's it. And this isn't a restaurant.
We're going to have.
Yeah, and that's it. But again, it goes back to they don't want to push back. They don't want to fight. Same thing with the phones. I mean, you bring the phones everywhere. The phones shouldn't be at the table anywhere, adults or kids.
Yeah, that's one I never quite understood, especially when it came to school. How they became acceptable in school.
Yeah, and I still don't know the answer to that. I really don't. I mean, are they?
Yes,
they are. You can have it on the kid can have it on their body all the time.
We hear some. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, from the people that I know that have children, the kids can have their phone. And they'll text them during the day, and I know they text back. I mean, they can't sit there and put their feet up and start talking, but they text back and forth.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do they know that they're not utilizing it to score answers and stuff like that?
I'm sure they are.
Exactly, and that's part of it with me. I mean, that's such an easy, especially during I mean, we've read different stories that it wasn't the focus of the story, but it was within the story where, like maybe a teacher would have all the students put their phones up on the front desk when they took a test or something, right?
Yeah.
So that implies there that they're tolerated in school. And then the other is the old joke, well, our teachers would always say we'd never have a calculator with us all the time, right? And now we obviously do, So, I mean, it's, again, it probably depends, But I'm sure enough parents bitch that I have to be able to get a hold of my child.
Well, God forbid, also, kids have changed today because of the tragedies that have happened in schools.
There's some of that, too.
Yeah,
right?
I'm sure
some people might look at it as going, well, my child should have a phone in case there's a unfortunate thing,
Yeah, so I'm sure you're going to get both sides. But I think today kids just are a lot different. And we didn't say no. I mean, we didn't say, I wasn't doing this. And I know that when I had dinner, we couldn't be on the phone. Like, if the phone rang, obviously there was no cell phones, but you didn't answer the phone during dinner. You sat at dinner. That's what you did. You didn't be like, hey, I'll pick up the phone. No, you didn't pick up the phone. I mean, you just didn't do it. It is the Penthouse. If you had any rules growing up that you think different today, you can always reflect on them and get involved with us. The Penthouse, don't forget, 11:45. We got something for you and your friends or family, or maybe people you don't even like. You go to Rapids on us at 11:45, right after a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
Real Radio is the news Junkie.
Third season premiere of The Morning Show on Apple TV and the series premiere of The Other Black Girl on Hulu.
I hope that's what it's called.
It's called that. Of course, why would I say that?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Coming to Hulu this Friday and Saturday.
Don't miss our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest superstars from all genres of music on one stage.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Stream it live only on Hulu.
You will not want to miss.
This Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival for the 7th year in a row, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Okay, beginning on 95 right now, things are looking good. West Palm North towards the Gardens and south into Lake Worth, Boynton Beach. Not seeing any big tie-ups either in Boca del Rey, but it does get busier there. Turnpike, accident-free. I'm Joel Mountain.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, the host of Our American Stories, the show where America is the star and the American people. This week, we'll have the story of the first martyr of the abolition movement, Elijah Lovejoy. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Hayes the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, downtown Boca. Stop in this Friday as the Penthouse will be live when we kick off Greek's Gridiron 2023. Stop in, have a cigar, and maybe a Tito's with myself and Francis as we're on the patio. And this year, Greek's Gridiron bigger than ever. You got a chance to go to Vegas and win a golf cart. It's Strike Cigar Lounge, a great place, great atmosphere. Enjoy life with friends and family. Stop by Strike Cigar Lounge, located in Arroyo Palm Plaza and Boca Raton. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Peace.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else. And we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. From your cell, dial pound 250 and say keyword great results. That's pound 250 and say great results.
I'm Mark Anajar.
I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. And we're Anajar and Levine. Experience the Anajar and Levine difference by calling us with any of your legal needs. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Girl, how do you keep getting things for free?
It's the Drop app. You get points for your everyday shopping. I've already earned $100 this month.
Download the Drop app and get $5 with invite code GetDrop333.
Hayes the Greek from Monroe's to Palm Beach, and this week at Monroe's, 3 days of stunning shows, September 21st to the 23rd. Feature entertainer Bambi Wild live on stage only at Monroe's. That's where the beautiful ladies are. If you want to watch UFC or football and you get the beautiful ladies in your huddle, there's only one place to go, Monroe's. 7 days a week, open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And this week, on the sidelines performing for you, it's Bambi Wild live on stage, September 21st to 23rd. Hut, hut. Pace.
I'm Jeff Jr., founder and CEO of Trajan Wealth. I was born and raised in northern Wisconsin by both my father, who owned a small 10-lane bowling alley, and my mother, who was a nurse, who did her best caring for everyone in our small town. My parents stressed in me that if I was going to do anything, it needed to be done right or not done at all. I later joined the Marine Corps, where additional values were instilled. Values like honor, courage, and commitment. The motto of the Marine Corps? It's Semper Fi, which means always faithful. What's the best part of Trajan Wealth? It's our 100-plus employees who also embrace the exact same values. If your current financial advisor is more interested in selling you something, or is more loyal to their own financial gain than yours, give us a call for a second opinion. We would be honored to hear from you. Call Trajan today at 561-390-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Have you been injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident? If so, Smithball, Baez, and Prather, Florida injury lawyers, will help and fight for you. Our purpose is legal power. Our mission is huge results. If you've been injured in an accident, the lawyers at Smithball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smithball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Ugh, I don't have time for a cold.
Honey.
Honey?
You need DayQuil Severe Honey flavor.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honey-licious taste. Because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe Honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honey-licious. Power through your day, medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
This is Eric Dickerson. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores.
The NFL offseason was filled with questions around the running back position. And after week 2 of the regular season, the reason for concern is becoming even more clear. Saquon Barkley's ankle injury will keep him out probably 3 weeks. Josh Jacobs had -2 yards rushing. Nick Chubb was carted off the field after a scary knee injury. So while elite running backs are enticing, this season's results may already be a cautionary tale. I'm Dan Patrick.
Staples has great deals on a full range of HP printers, America's most trusted printer brand. Right now, Staples is dropping prices on their entire selection of HP printers, with select models starting as low as $69.99. See staples.com/HP for details. Upgrade to HP at Staples.
Mine the depths of God's Word and ignite your faith with Pray.com's new podcast, The Heartbeat of Faith, with me, Dr. Andrew Farley.
The beast raged against him, but he was not equal to the Lord of Lords. God's chosen hero, the Messiah, Jesus Christ, had defeated evil once and for all.
Listen to The Heartbeat of Faith on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Penthouse is brought to you by Joseph's Classic Market.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Talk like a pirate day? Arr, Greek. Pull down your pants and hand over those doubloons. I'll make you a Jolly Roger. Ooh, and then maybe later you can come over and ravage my booty. Ooh, yo ho, a pirate's life for me, Greek. Arr.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you were back in The Penthouse on a Tuesday, September 19th. You're going to be really sad you missed that one, G-Man. What is going on? Thank you so much for tuning in to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Good morning to you, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And good morning to you, G-Man.
Good morning to everybody. Remember, you can check us out on Real TV on our website. Sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. Get over there 7 days a week where the beautiful ladies are. And let's do a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creepy Trifecta.
All right, this is something I want to mention. Greek's Gridiron, I did beat the contestant last week. So far, there are nobody in that big pool. So that's good for you. And this week we'll be at Strikes Again Friday for that Vegas trip and golf cart. Kansas City Chiefs gave Mahomes a new contract. 4 years. Over the next 4 years, he's going to be making about $53 million a year. Hopefully that helps him and it puts him in a good mood. Chiefs did beat the Jaguars on Sunday. The Miami Dolphins did also win up in New England, 24-17, and they did cover, and so did the Chiefs. So the Dolphins are 2-0, and they are coming home for their home opener. I'm sure there's going to be a tremendous amount of excitement down at the Hard Rock Stadium as they take on Denver. Florida Gators, you heard on Real Radio. What? That's right. They won a big game and are in the top 25 first time this season, beating Tennessee 29-16. Game didn't start off good. It was 7-0. Like that, Tennessee was up, and Gator fans were like, uh-oh. But then the Gators played great defense, great running game, and they ended up winning, and the Swamp was kicking into full gear. So hats off to the Gators. Colorado beat Colorado State. The Canes won on Thursday night. And Florida State had a tough time in Boston, but they ended up beating Boston College. So all the Florida teams won again. And that is your trifecta for lunchtime. Peace.
So we have a somewhat of a social dilemma here. This is a Redditor, and they have a confession. And I want to, because to me, this is very cut and dry, black and white. I can figure this out. But I want to know how you feel with this, all right? So this person writes in, and they're looking for, they're looking for people to help them out here. It says, to cut a long story short, my fiance and I have been together for 5 years. Well, every year she goes on this girls only trip with her close friends. And something in my gut had been bothering me about these trips. Maybe it was the slight changes in her behavior afterwards or the cryptic conversations I'd overhear. Instead of directly confronting her, which you probably should have, I did something I'm deeply ashamed of. I hired a private investigator to watch her during her recent trip.
Nice.
Said I got back the results just a few days ago, and as much as I regret violating her privacy, my suspicions were not unfounded. The PI presented evidence of her being unfaithful, and it shattered my heart. Now I'm caught in this storm of emotions. On one hand, I deeply regret snooping and not trusting her enough to talk about it. But on the other hand, betrayal from her side feels even more significant. Says I love her, but I can't see a future together anymore. I want to know, how do I even approach a situation? Do I confess my snooping or just end things without revealing the reason? Said any advice is absolutely welcome.
I mean, he caught her cheating. They're not even dating. They're engaged. So, I mean, she's cheating now. She's going to cheat when she gets married. I don't think it matters how he found out. He found out. And again, he only went looking because, he had a gut feeling. And obviously, when you do something like this, you hope maybe you're wrong. But I don't think it's like, he did something wrong. He did it. So what? He investigated. I don't know. He felt something. He was right. It sucks because he's engaged to her. I mean, I think at every level, when you're dating, it's one thing. Cheating is wrong. If you're engaged, it's more wrong. And if you're married, it's the most wrong. But it's still wrong. She cheated. And it's too bad he waited 5 years. Because he waited he said he had a feeling for years.
Mm-hmm. Well, and not only feeling, but those feelings were based on actions that she made.
Yeah.
Apparently there was different behavior. So
after these trips.
Going by his word. So if that's true, then really it's not like he was just kind of conjuring up something in his mind that, she's doing something behind my back without any sort of semi-evidence, if you want to say. Behavior is evidence.
I mean, I just think that you move on, right? You just tell her that that she's been cheating on you.
Yeah.
Don't give her details. Don't tell her you hired a PI. You just know. And just be happy that you did not continue on marrying this girl.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if he tells her. I don't think because she's going to turn around and go, oh, my God, you were snooping on me? You cheated. It's like when somebody has a camera on somebody working at a register and they steal money. I mean, you're stealing. You're doing this wrong. What does it matter how you found out? You found out. Mm-hmm. If he did have a PI and the guy came back and said, you know what? She hung with her girlfriends. Went to dinner, came home. No harm, no foul. Yeah. It's a shame. It's also a shame it's 5 years. That's a real shame because she's probably been cheating every trip. But, I mean, does he owe her an explanation? No, really. He could just say, I found out. And in today's times, people can see you anywhere or you know what I'm saying? I mean, you don't, if you don't want to say that. But he's only afraid to say that because he doesn't want her to be like, oh, my God, I can't believe you snooped on me.
Of course. And that's what he says. Like, he feels guilty about doing it.
I wouldn't feel guilty. I wouldn't feel guilty at all. she was wrong. One has nothing to do with the other. I'm sorry.
No, but I mean, first of all, he's heartbroken. Second of all, he probably doesn't want to break up with her. I mean, it doesn't sound like it. And clearly she's the one that's really not happy with the relationship because she's seeking other things elsewhere, right? So, I mean, it hurts. I'm sure, and it's a combination. Now he feels semi-guilty. And again, I agree. He shouldn't need to feel guilty. But
And she might be happy, Jimmy. Who knows? She might like a little piece on the side at him.
Yeah.
And he provides it. Who knows? In people's minds.
Clearly, she's doing it for 5 years.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy. I would tell her, you're not going next year.
No, this is definitely you're splitting up. You're not sticking around for this one.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. You're not going next year on the trip.
It's going to be tough, though. I bet he has a hard time breaking up with her.
Yeah,
I do. I mean, he shouldn't, but I think he will. I don't know, the tone of the article or the email that just kind of gives me that vibe that he may even turn around and go and not go through it.
He might not even tell her.
I mean, but he's saying, I love her, but I can't see a future with us together anymore.
Get your ring back.
Because it's hard for you to turn that off if you do love her, even if, this is the ultimate betrayal, right? Yeah. But just the things I was asking, do I confess my snooping? Do I just end things without revealing the reason why? You can even play dirty and just kind of leave her hanging a bit and just kind of just give her the I know what happened.
Yeah, but he should get his ring back.
Well, of course, but she's going to say why.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You got to tell her.
If we're breaking up, why? Why are we breaking up?
Yeah, and then he's not going to get the ring back. I don't know what kind of ring it is, but I'm sure it's something substantial, and he wants the ring back. She cheated on him. So if he doesn't tell her, she's going to say, well, you broke up with me then. So you got to tell her. You were cheating. Can't believe it. I want my ring back now. You can't believe that Rodgers is out too, and now this is going to be. I can't believe it.
That's really the icing on the cake.
and sports betting's up in the air in Florida. What the hell else is going to go wrong?
Let me go look.
This is ridiculous. Hey, Jimmy's going to check again. I love it. We're checking every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
If it comes on, we just that's it. Show's done.
That's it.
We're just sitting there. We're betting Mississippi over Alabama on Saturday. Yeah. Franny, what do you think? As a female?
No, I said what I thought. I said, just say that you know. Say that you know that she cheated. You don't deserve to give her, or she doesn't deserve any details. Leave her kind of hanging that way. Leave her thinking how, what, when, who told him kind of situation.
And what about the ring?
Let her dig her own hole.
Suppose she says, well, I'm keeping a ring then. You're breaking up with me.
There's nothing I can do about that. I mean, that's just she's not a good person for doing that.
Yeah, but I would want my ring back if she cheated on me.
So you ask for it back then.
And she says, you're breaking up with me. It goes to court, and the judge says, who broke up with who?
Well, now you're taking it to court. It's a bigger thing than what it is. I don't know. If she's not giving it back, I can't force her to do it. But
yes, we can.
But I think she should give it back, and I think it's okay if he asks for it back.
Maybe the one thing I would say is I know that you have not been faithful, and maybe give some sort of
hint,
evidence as to, I know that you were with such and such a person or whatever. It just solidifies in her mind that, he really does know.
Yeah.
If you you don't have to, again, reveal that it was a private investigator. You don't have to give all the details, but a little something just so that she understands that obviously this is severe. He does know that. And again, I don't know. We've gone back and forth on the whole ring thing because I don't think that there's any legal right that he has to get it back from her. I don't know. It just always seems like that, right?
Well, if it goes to court, they usually say who breaks up with who.
Yeah.
Usually.
Well,
if you break up, you know what I mean?
It's the age-old thing. Is it a gift or is it some sort of commitment towards the relationship? I don't know.
Commitment.
I mean, it's supposed to stand for that, yes.
Yeah. It's a commitment. You cheated. Give him back the ring. Let's give some tickets to Rapids away.
All right, let's do just that. We have a 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. That is South Florida's largest water park. You know what's great about being in Florida and having this warm weather well into what would normally be fall months is that we can still go to Rapids Water Park and have a great time. They got over 42 rides and attractions. And if you go to rapidswaterpark.com, you can see all that they have to offer. But let's set you up right now with a 4-pack of tickets. 877-927-6969. 877-927-6969. What game are we playing today?
Who's most likely to?
Who's most likely to? And that's an easy game for you to win. Franny's going to read a scenario. We're going to vote who's most likely to fit that scenario, and you have to guess who we voted for. Get into the mind of the Penthouse, and I see those phone lines are lighting up, so I'll get some people lined up, and we'll get going here in a minute.
Thank you very much, Jimmy. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call on the Penthouse on a Tuesday. You're listening to 92.1 Real Radio. Jimmy's in the house. Francis is here. And, of course, I am the Greek. Miami Dolphins 2-0. Franny, have any of you interested in going to see the Dolphins this year?
Yeah, well, I was going to go see them this past Sunday. It just didn't happen, but yeah. Why not?
I meant when they were home. Yeah. Again.
I was going to a game.
They are playing Denver this week and is home.
I am actually going to Miami Dolphins game.
Which one?
The Cowboys game.
Oh, yeah, this Christmas Eve.
Yeah, so
that's right.
That's already happening.
So there is interest in going. But, yeah, if you guys are Dolphin fans, always get over to one of our watch parties because we definitely give away tickets for that. Jimmy gave away tickets last Sunday as the Dolphins took on the Patriots, and you could have an opportunity to win tickets to the Denver Broncos and Miami Dolphins. And always a little bit bigger when it's opening day, and especially when your team is 2-0, which the Dolphins are. Tua and everybody will be on site this Sunday as they take on the Denver Broncos. So check it out. If you went to one of our watch parties, you would have a chance. They're going to be throughout the season, mostly in the Treasure Coast, all these events, and we'll give you details where you can check it out and possibly win tickets to the Miami Dolphins upcoming season. 8 home games, and we do have some tickets for you guys. And remember, you can listen to it at 101.7 all season long, the Dolphins on Real Radio 101.7, and then the Gators on 92.1.
And I know they do have a game following the Broncos. They're playing the Bills, and the Bills are at home. And after our giveaway, I have a crazy story about a Bills fan. What happened? Yes.
Bills fans are crazy.
This guy is he takes the cake.
I saw a little bit on that story, and I'm not even this much sliver surprised by it either. So anyway, let's get going here with a Rapids Water Park giveaway. We have a 4-pack of tickets we're giving away, and Mike is the first person that got through to try to win this 4-pack of tickets to Rapids Water Park. Mike, welcome to the Penthouse.
What's up, you Benihana's?
Hey, what's up there, you Benihana? How you doing on a Monday, Tuesday? What's going on?
It's Tuesday, Greek, but I'm doing great.
Okay.
Who cares?
He gave you the option, Monday, Tuesday.
I gave you the option. How long you been listening to this pillar of society of a radio show?
About 6 years.
And what have you learned from this show, Mike?
I'm just constantly expanding my vocabulary.
Wow.
You might win right away.
No, we meant from listening to the show.
All right, Fran, you got something for him?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right, Mike. Fran's going to read you a scenario. We're going to vote who's most likely to fit that scenario. You have to guess who we voted for, okay, buddy?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right, Mike, just give us a moment to place our votes. So out of Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to go to band camp?
All right, we have our answer, Mike. Out of the three of us, Greek, myself, Jimmy, or Franny, who's most likely to go to band camp?
As funny as it would be for Greek, I'm going to go with Franny.
Oh, we voted for me. And I guess it could have been either Franny or me, because I played an instrument when I was a kid.
I did too.
Yeah.
You probably played yours longer, though.
All right, thanks, guys. See you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, sorry about that, Mike. Next up, we have Josh on the line. Josh, welcome to the Penthouse.
Yes, sir.
How much vocabulary have you learned from this show, Josh?
Oh, I love the Greek misspeaks.
They are great.
Remember, they're all planned, by the way.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah. I have to make it sound that way.
It's a show.
It's amazing the amount of work I go through just to make it sound like he messes up. Josh, Franny's going to read a scenario. We're going to vote who's most likely to fit it, and you have to guess who we voted for, buddy. And go ahead, Franny.
All righty. Out of the three of us, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to yell at a bug?
A bug?
All right, we have our answer. Josh, out of the three of us, Greek, Francis, or myself, Jimmy, who's most likely to yell at a bug?
Greek.
Yeah, that's right.
Where are you coming up with that?
Because you yell at everything.
Are you crazy? Watch out, Mr. Spider! Get out of here, Mosquito Joe!
I told you to take Florida.
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
All right, great job, Josh. I'm going to put you on hold. If you can hang tight for a couple minutes, I'm going to get back on the line with you off air and get some more info from you, and we'll get you set up with those tickets to Rapids Water Park.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
There you go.
Congratulations. So, yes, crazy story coming from Buffalo Bills world. And I brought that up because we were talking about the Miami Dolphins, who are going to be playing the Bills next weekend.
Just reminds me of my lunch. Go
in
ahead.
Buffalo. What?
I have some buffalo mozzarella today. So
I was going to say, after this story, it's not going to remind you of your lunch.
Oh, boy. Was it that bad?
It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. So there is a Bills fan who, decided they were going to go on an adventure. And the way that they were found was not so good. This unidentified football fan was going to, they discovered in a construction site. They were discovered in a construction site. And this was this past Sunday. And we know that Bills Mafia, they're well-regarded as one of the biggest, craziest fan base, right?
Yeah, strong.
Pretty rowdy, unpredictable, passionate. I love this. Yet humble enough to keep out of other fan bases' doghouses, what they say. Whether it's jumping onto tables, going shirtless in the dead of winter, shoveling players' driveways so they can get to the airport, which has happened.
Yeah, last year.
Bills fans, they have a way to one-up everyone else when it happens. And this includes this guy. Man, this was a roller coaster of a thread that happened. But Erie County Sheriff's Department, they went on this ride, is what they said. And they said, right when you think it's over, one more unbelievable factoid gets thrown at you, and the reel at you that reels you back into this narrative. So, according to a thread, there was an unnamed fan, 29 years old, who jumped over the fence by the stadium construction sites on the west side of the Highmark Stadium. Well, this guy ends up falling like 30 to 40 feet. They said that the only thing making that fall, because it was, huge fence that he had to go through. They said he only sustained just a little minor cut on his forehead. That's it.
Wow.
No big deal. But hold on, there's more to this. There's more to the story. For some reason, the fan was naked and was covered in human feces. And they found, he had found an on-site porta potty. And that's where they found him, was on that porta potty. They said, as you can probably assume, he was under the influence of drug and alcohol. They said it was a combination of LSD, cocaine, and marijuana.
What a combination.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
God, it sounds like a trifecta.
They said that a rescue team had to go. They had to arrive on the scene. And they said it took about 20 minutes to get him out of the hole that he was stuck in.
Wow.
Erie County Medical Center said that's where they had to treat him for a short time before he was transferred over to Buffalo General. And there was no mention of how long the man was trapped in the hole for. Although in this thread, it does state that the first call concerning the man came in around 12:18, like local, that was like around noonish. And they said he's still being evaluated and has been issued an appearance ticket in the town of Orchard Park for criminal trespass. But the construction for the Bills' new stadium, which is the new Highmark Stadium, it is going on. And so he wanted to check out and see what was going on in there. What's going on in this new construction?
He wanted to get his seats.
Yeah.
But why was he covered in
feces?
That.
It's a porta potty issue that he got stuck in a hole in. They said unfortunately for the man in question, he did not get to witness the Bills play. Instead, yes. But they're monitoring this story. They say it's just a really crazy incident. Found naked in a hole, covered in feces. They said he had human poop all over him, and he ended up in a porta potty. And I think that's what happened. I think he was stuck in that hole in the porta potty, because those are the details that we get on here.
What a fan, though.
And I know. So in the small little blurb you said that I read before I clicked on the major link, it says alcohol was most likely involved. No, they found out it was a combination of those three drugs that I told you before. This guy was pretty high on stuff.
No wonder he got no scratches or anything.
LSD, cocaine, and marijuana. Probably a little bit of booze in there, too.
Yeah, because, 40 feet you drop, you could break a leg.
Yeah, but what makes you naked and covered in feces?
Can't explain everything, Fran.
Well, I wonder if he was like at some level and he saw a porta potty and he jumped down on top of it.
Maybe.
And then he
just,
fell
went through
down
the hole.
into the tank.
But he was still naked. That's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
That's the least crazy part of this story. If you ask it. How sad is that?
The good things is that the Bills did win and cover.
Yeah, they did.
So that over the Raiders.
But that's the thing. So he's like, okay, so they're saying he was covered in feces, and so now I was reading one on USA Today. Now I'm on Fox News because this guy's all over the place now.
Just as big story.
And they said, this unexpected visitor was they said he fell into a pit at the construction site, and that pit is what they had to rescue him out of.
Oh.
But he's still covered in feces and naked.
Yeah.
And there was an issue with the porta potty too.
Yeah.
It's just a mess. This guy's a mess.
Well, you have to assume that's where the poo
Feces
came
came
from,
from?
and then he fell. Somehow he fell into another ditch because he's wandering around drunk or something.
I'd be like, I'm not rescuing that guy. Somebody else touch him.
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine?
He's covered in crap.
All the rescue workers are going, it's your turn. Get the rookie. Get the rookie up here.
It's crazy. And this still thing doesn't make sense of not that what he did, that he was naked. You know what I mean? You would think if he fell and he had shorts on or a T-shirt, you know. But thank God the Bills won.
I love this. So the guy, the local news, John Garcia, he's a sheriff for Erie County, and he's talking in a press conference. He was like, when you're taking LSD, cocaine, and marijuana, you're going to not read the signs. You're not going to read anything.
No.
He was like, you wouldn't be in a porta potty jumping inside it, covered yourself with human excrement. You wouldn't be doing that. This is a very isolated issue. So he's saying that normally people wouldn't be doing it, but this guy did.
Well,
Yeah. I'll go out on that limb with him.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet you that that's just something unique that happened.
Oh my God.
Because the individual was feeling so good, and I'm sure he's gonna get arrested for trespassing and everything else. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Back in the house, just gave away a pair of Rapids tickets. Don't forget, Friday we'll be back at Strike Cigar Lounge. Your chance to beat me for a New York Prime gift card, and then your name goes in a hat with there's no name so far for a chance to go to Vegas and win a golf cart for 4. It is unbelievable. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We're going to come back with some fun facts about Buffalo Bills.
No, it's actually about pirates, because today is Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Arr. Wow.
Yes.
Go Johnny Depp. We'll be back. Peace.
Download the app and then take us anywhere.
Except maybe there. Get it from your app store. Search for iHeartRadio. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
No accidents on 95 right now. About a 15-minute ride southern to PGA Boulevard. And if you're heading out along the Turnpike, it's a similar story. Things looking good there as well. Clematis Street, well, that remains shut down till the end of the month between Dixie Highway and Olive Avenue. I'm Joel Malcolm.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
This is Lee Habib, the host of Our American Stories, the show where America is the star and the American people. This week, we'll have the story of the first martyr of the abolition movement, Elijah Lovejoy. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, where all great meals begin. If you're looking to delight your friends and family with delicious foods, then Joseph is the place. Fresh meats, produce, prepared food, catering, bakery, pizza, seafood, it's all under one roof. And 4 great locations: Boca Raton, Delray Beach, West Palm Beach, and Palm Beach Gardens. I don't start any day without going to Joseph Classic Market, where all great meals begin.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry. I'm the flavor of berry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter. You wanted to talk about your son. He's the flavor menthol?
Yes, he's the menthol in a menthol cigarette. He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted. Being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are just as addictive as regular cigarettes and harder to quit. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Hey, can I let you in on a little secret? Oh, I'm obsessed with the Drop app. Drop makes it so easy to score free gift cards just for doing my everyday shopping at places like Ulta, Sam's Club, and Lyft. So if you're like me and love a good shopping spree, download Drop today and join the secret club of savvy shoppers. And use my code GetDrop999 to get $5.
Every business deserves a great deal. That's why, for a limited time, we're launching the Mobile Made Free event. With Comcast Business Internet, new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free. Yep, you heard that right. An entire year, free. It's our best internet, powered by the next generation 10G network and with 99.9% reliability. Plus 1 line of free mobile for a year. The Mobile Made Free event is happening now.
Get started with internet and advanced security for $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Plus, for a limited time only, ask how new and existing customers can get 1 year of unlimited mobile for free during the Mobile Made Free event. Call or go online today to learn more. Ends 9/21/2023. Eco-bill and auto-pay required. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Mobile offer requires 100 megabits per second internet and new unlimited intro mobile service. Other restrictions apply.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services. Have you used a drug named Ozempic or Wegovy and are experiencing severe stomach issues? You may be entitled to compensation. Call Morgan & Morgan today. Call 800-555-6666.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
This Saturday, join global citizens, artists, world leaders, corporate leaders, and philanthropists for Global Citizen Festival 2023, starring Red Hot Chili Peppers, Miss Lauryn Hill, Jungkook, Anita, and more. Watch live on the Global Citizen app. Listen on Global Citizen Radio with the free iHeartRadio app. And join the global movement ending extreme poverty this Saturday, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we continue to move through the rest of our Tuesday. We will see showers and thunderstorms moving across the area as well. With the stalled front boundary in place, slow-moving storms and heavy downpours could lead to localized flooding in a few areas. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s through the day. We will see more storms returning again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Irish Spring, the fresh scent of Irish Spring. And those sensational Irish Spring suds are just the reset you need to own the day. Irish Spring. When the spring hits you, you're ready. Pick up Irish Spring at your local retailer today.
We all know the weather can change at the drop of a hat. It's important to be the first to know so you don't get caught driving through the next thunderstorm unprepared. I'm Fox 29 First Alert meteorologist James Whelan. Fox 29 First Alert weather at 10 p.m. We've got you covered.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Lex and Terry on Real Radio.
What would you like to ask the 8-Ball 507?
What do you want, Mr. Assertive?
I need a nap.
Did I choose the right fiance?
Oh.
God,
What's
if
your
I
first
heard
name?
this being your fiance.
What's your first name?
Max.
I would not be a fiance anymore.
Hey, listen.
Okay.
He's just making sure it's okay.
Hey, I
That's all.
am entitled to my opinion, too.
Max wants to know if he chose the right fiance.
Come on, Max.
Come on, Max. Let's
Come on,
see.
Max.
Even if this 8-Ball say yes and your fiance listening, you
gotta say no.
John, please say no.
I hate to do this to you, Lex, but it says without a doubt.
Oh. What's your fiance name?
Caitlin.
Can we call Caitlin?
Yeah, let's call Caitlin.
No, seriously, no, hell no. Let's call her. You already know you got the right woman. You could tell her.
Hang up the phone.
Don't you do that, Max.
As your attorney,
Max.
hang up the phone.
I got your number, Max. I'll call you back.
Do what you're told. Hang up. Leave Max alone.
Did I choose the right fiance?
Oh, my God.
Lex and Terry weekdays 7 p.m. till midnight on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. An iHeartRadio station. From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thanks for always tuning in. I hope you listen to Rover in the morning and get your day off on a good foot. Jimmy's in the house.
Good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hello, hello.
And it is time for some fun facts on a luscious Tuesday afternoon in South Florida.
It's Freddy's Fun Facts. So, if you were not listening this morning, then you may not have heard that it is National Talk Like a Pirate Day. So, I have some pirate fun facts. Not just that, but I like to sprinkle around some other holidays. So, it's National Meow Like a Pirate Day.
Meow.
Yeah. I don't know. Talk Like a Pirate Day. National Butterscotch Pudding Day, if you like that stuff.
Ooh.
Uh-huh.
Good stuff.
And let's get you some fun facts about pirates. Pirates, the stereotypical pirate accent that we know and we hear all the time in movies.
It's from Pittsburgh?
Say it was actually invented by Disney.
Oh, wow.
Yep. September 19th is the day, Talk Like a Pirate Day. But the truth is, pirates didn't actually have a uniform accent. Many of the phrases we associate with them today actually originated from the 1950 Disney film Treasure Island, which is starring Robert Newton as Long John Silver, which was based off of the 1883 novel. They said his performance full of R's and shiver me timbers and references to landlubbers not only stole the show, but it permanently shaped pop culture's version of how pirates looked, acted, and spoke.
To this day. Unbelievable.
Yep. As I mentioned, the look too. That was it. The stereotypical pirate outfits. They said the pirates we know from modern movies may have a signature style, but that on-screen fashion isn't accurate. There's a historian. Her name is Daphne Palmer something Greek, Giannakopoulos. And she is the author of the book, The Pirate Next Door. She told Georgetown University, only Johnny Depp looked like Jack Sparrow. I said pirates wore typically maritime clothing of the day, with pirate captains and those with more money donning more expensive outfits.
Oh,
yes,
nice.
Yes.
Like to duke it up.
They wore very nice threads, yes. They said, but there is one part of the typical pirate outfit that is accurate. They said pirates did wear patches, but not because they were missing an eye. Said in order to help their eyes adjust more quickly between bright ship deck and the dark below decks, pirates would patch one eye so it would always adjust for the darkness, according to this person named E. Bree Soldstein, Sensation and Perception. So it had nothing to do with them missing an eye.
Oh.
Right?
That's weird.
Yeah, so they could adjust from that light to dark really quick. So it would cover up one eye with a patch.
Okay.
Uh-huh. And some pirates did have hooks and wooden pegs. They said there are a few other fictitious sounding details about pirates that are accurate. For example, battling pirates surely lost limbs from time to time, and some of them would have replaced their absent appendages with a hook or a wooden peg, and that's according to the National Geographic. They said the Smithsonian Institute members of the crew received compensation for the loss of body parts in action, an early form of workers' compensation. Also on here, pirates wore their earrings to ward off seasickness. They see like they're rocking like a hoop or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and they said when they accessorized with earrings, they weren't just trying to be fashionable. Sailors believed that applying pressure to the earlobe would ward off that seasickness.
Oh.
In many cases, the pirates would accomplish this by popping on an earring. Right? Maybe try that next time you're seasick. Just pinch your ears. See what happens. You're trying it right now? You're not.
It worked. I'm not seasick.
Oh, wow.
After the show, you might feel like you're seasick.
It's amazing.
I feel like I'm in on a boat for 4 hours. Upside down.
Pirates actually used to have a sophisticated mail system and retirement plan.
What?
Yes. They said pirates had extensive networks on land that kept in touch with the outside world. They said they also had a mail system of sorts, ships ferrying letters back and forth that enabled them to communicate with their relatives, and even a commuter service to take retiring pirates from their famous haunts in Madagascar to more mundane lives in America. We're doing some pirate fun facts for National Pirate Day. There were a lot of women pirates. You really don't hear about them, but they said there was many. While men definitely dominated this world, there were several notorious women pirates.
Uh-oh.
Including Frances Jeanne de Clisson, England's Mary Read, Ireland's Grace O'Malley, and Anne Bonny. They said America's first female pirate was Rachel Wall, who was eventually arrested for robbery, and they ended up hanging her at the age of 29 years old.
I heard she had a lot of booty. That was terrible.
It was good. I liked it.
I don't think it was bad. I got to be honest with you.
I liked it.
I don't think it was bad. Very on the spot. I'm going to give you an 8.
Yeah.
She had a lot of booty.
I did.
There's a lot of female pirates in Boca. They'll rob you.
And if you wonder how the captain, how they found out who the captain of a ship was, they were actually elected.
Oh, nice.
Yes, that's what they did. According to Smithsonian Institute, captains were elected by popular vote.
Oh, that's nice. It's like high school.
And could be removed if their performances fell short.
All right, you're not good. You're out. New vote today on deck at 5 o'clock. Who wants Sam or Ray? For a raise of hands. Sam, you're the new leader. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And if you were not aware, pirate ships often had bands and theaters. They enjoyed entertainment because they spent months on sea. So their pirate ships always offered entertainment. They said that not only would they play themselves, they said they would be on board playing shanties and they would perform in theaters. They would dress up.
Like
and
cruise
have a little
ships.
play day. Yes, just like a cruise ship.
Yeah, awesome.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they took it from the cruise ships. The cruise ships took it from them. Wow.
Yep. Pirates slept on hammocks. Did you know that? They said the majority of them. You did, right? You knew that one?
Yeah, down in. Hammock's a nice rest. You lay on the hammock and just hang out.
It is a nice rest.
Yeah. Watch it on a balcony, though, because you can fall off your ass. And you can end up, touche.
And finally, here on your National Pirate Day, did you hear that Julius Caesar was captured by pirates?
I knew somebody grabbed him. He couldn't make his last
They
salad.
said Julius Caesar didn't become emperor of Rome without surviving a few dicey situations. In fact, when he was 25, he was taken prisoner by pirates and held captive for 38 days. The pirates demanded ransom for his release.
How much?
And according to Britannica, yes. Croutons.
I want a box of croutons or you're not getting Caesar back, and I'm not messing around.
He said when they
what kind
told
of dress
him,
am I getting here?
So when they told him that they had set his ransom at the sum of 20 talents, I don't know what 20 talents is, he
20
laughed
hookers.
he laughed at them for not knowing who it was they had captured and suggested that 50 talents would be more appropriate. So he was like, hold on, you should ask for more money
That's
for my
right.
ransom.
What are you guys doing? I'm Caesar.
They said on top of that, Caesar made himself at home among the pirates, bossing them around, shushing them when he wanted to sleep. He made them listen to his speeches and poems that he was composing.
Huh? Sounds like somebody I know.
Kind of sounds like you're right. They said when the pirates were eventually paid, they kept true to their word and let him go. However, Caesar wasn't about to forgive and forget. When he got home, he had his forces find and kill all of his captors.
Hail to Caesar!
There you go for your fun facts.
Don't capture Caesar.
Talk like a pirate day.
That was pretty good. They wanted 20, and he said, are you crazy?
He
Get
was
50.
like, do you know who I am?
Come on.
I'm worth 50.
Come on, if you're going to pay.
People?
Come on.
Did we
pay
find
it
out
up.
what a talent was?
No,
Hooker.
How much is it? How much is it? What's it? How's it
It was
spelled?
spelled like talent, like Talent.
I thought it was like maybe an exotic dancer. They only wanted 20, and Caesar said, are you kidding me? You can get 50 from me. I'm Caesar.
One talent was worth 6,000 dinars. What's a dinar worth?
All right.
It's about 38 kilograms of silver.
Okay.
It would be worth about $28,000 today.
Wow. Caesar was a pretty stiff guy, so I'm sure he got a high price. No doubt about it.
I'm sure I'd be happy you said that about him. 1 dinar was a common daily pay for a simple worker.
Oh, nice.
So how about that? There you go.
1 dinar. 877-927-6969 if you want to get involved in the show. Jimmy, who we have on hold?
We got, speaking of pirates and booty, we got our buddy Jorge on the line. Hey, Jorge, what's going on, bud?
Oh, yeah. Disney came up with pirate talk, huh?
That's what Franny said, yeah.
According to these facts, yeah.
Yeah. Where do you think it came from?
Believe it.
Hoboken?
No, it's probably correct because the CEO, Bob Eisner there, he's a butt pirate. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, boy. You never know what's going to come out of this guy's mouth.
You never. Well, I love you, Jorge.
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think of Boston this weekend? Your New England Patriots getting beat by the Dolphins. What'd you think of that game?
Well, I think the fan who got beat by the Doll fan took it a lot worse, buddy.
Yeah.
You know, you heard about that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did hear there was a fight up there.
Yeah, a guy got killed.
Oh, he got killed? I didn't hear
He
that.
got killed. Yeah, there was one guy had a heart attack. He was resuscitated. He survived, but a separate incident was some guy, a season ticket holder there. I guess him and a Dolphins fan were getting at it, jarring, and I guess some punches were thrown. The guy ended up dying.
That's a tragedy.
Damn.
I didn't hear that either.
That sucks.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time. There's too many fights at games. I've said it for years. There needs to be more security, and you cannot tell me that baseball, football, or basketball doesn't have the money because they make gazillion dollars, and you see it all the time. You also right after every Sunday you see fights at some stadium in the NFL, and people going at it for a while, and it's a shame. It really is. And this gentleman lost his life. That sucks. Terrible.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, you can probably blame Donald Trump for that.
Why are we going to blame Donald Trump for this?
Because did you hear before the game there, the coach of the Dolphins, I think it was, says he wants the fans up there, Dolphins fans, to get loud.
Yeah.
Sounds like Trump, with the Capitol riots there. I'm just being a wise guy, buddy.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't seeing the correlation.
You being a wise guy?
You being sarcastic?
Huh.
My God. I know it's a Tuesday. It's supposed to be Monday, but I didn't see that coming. What'd you think about... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go. Go. It's your call. Go ahead. What do you got?
Okay. Yeah. Did you hear the one about the guy sitting in the bar drinking a beer?
Oh, God. No, I did not.
Yeah, a good-looking barmaid approaches him and says, "I've never seen you in here before. What's your name?" He replies, "Guy, but you can call me Dick." She replies, "How do you get Dick from Guy?" And he replies, "Just talk nicely."
Did you work on that? Or did that just come to you today? Do you bounce these off anybody in the morning before you call? Or you just, I'm going to let it rip on a penthouse today?
His dog.
What do you think?
I thought it was pretty good there, buddy.
It wasn't bad. I thought it was going in a different direction, though. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy didn't give it. Jimmy gave it a 4 with a circle, though, not just a regular 4. So he had a circle on it. What did you think of the games this weekend?
It was another close one. I mean, it could have gone either way, but
yeah, turnovers were bad.
I'll tell you what, that little Tyreek Hill, he's a little speed demon, huh?
Yes, he is.
Only got held to 40 yards, wasn't it?
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of yards Sunday night. That was a big surprising thing for the Dolphins, and they had a good running game. A couple turnovers that helped the Dolphins. They could have changed that game. And then the Patriots at the end had that crazy play with Gesicki. And, he lateraled it back, but they didn't get the first down, and Miami got the game, ended up winning.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't have to go undefeated to win the championship, buddy.
No, I know. Franny had big money on the under. I mean, huge.
It's not that big.
Franny.
What's up?
Yeah, nothing much. How'd you like Boston?
I loved it. I thought it was a great town. It was very clean, very just so much history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody was nice. You always hear what they call them assholes, but everybody was so nice there.
Well, they probably didn't think you were from New York. They think you're from New York. They're not so nice.
Wear a Yankees hat. Tell me how that goes.
Wear a Jeter jersey. See how your weekend goes.
Yeah, she loved it so much, Jorge, she's moving there.
Yeah. She's moving to Boston.
Just for the summer.
She's still going to be down here in the winter.
Yeah. She wants more of that chatter.
They're real nice to the pretty girls, Franny.
It was a great town.
Who isn't nice to pretty girls?
It was a great town.
Are you kidding me? Have you known any place that's not nice to pretty girls? I don't care where you go in the world. My father always said pretty girls are born on third base, and he was correct.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They got you, buddy. They got you.
Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes. You know what it is? It's just the age that you find out that they got you. That's what makes you successful in life. Some people find out later. Some people find out younger.
Much later.
They definitely have you. It's up to you to figure out. That's your first key to being successful as a man in life. When you've realized the age that women have you, then from there, you go on. Some people it takes their whole life to realize.
Oh, yeah. As the Pirates would say, they got you by the bollocks, buddy.
I guess so.
That sounded weird.
and National Pirate Day, we'll go with it. I got to tell you, Sunday night when I had the game on, I was out. Of course, I was at Strikes with my friends, and I did think of you during a couple of times when they showed Belichick, and I was thinking to myself, Jorge's probably like, what the hell is going on?
Oh, they did a still shot of him with a scowl on his face at the end of that game. I'm sure that's going to become a new meme.
Oh, yeah. Edelman does impersonations of him now. Oh, my God. They're hilarious. Jules, are you kidding me? He does it. It's just so funny.
Yeah, those two can relate pretty good. Yeah.
No doubt.
But, what do you think of Belichick throwing the flag there?
Out of his sock? I think it was
the way he did it, though, and the official was right there. It's like,
It's Belichick. I mean, he's just him. I mean, again, show me a good loser, I'll show you a loser. He's not good at losing, obviously. He's had such great success over the last 20 years. I'm sure it's hard for him. And I'm sure practice yesterday sucked for the Patriots.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Him in Alabama. I'm sure Alabama's practice is terrible all week, and I'm sure Patriots practice is bad all week. Because those guys don't like to lose.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
When you think of those two, I mean, probably the two highest thought of coaches, between college and pro.
Last 15 years.
Between the two, and how they, I don't have to repeat myself.
I mean, the thing with Alabama, they're still undefeated. They're just not looking good. Yeah, that's the whole thing. But definitely the Patriots. But going in, nobody really thought the Patriots going to be anything but last in that division.
Yeah, well, they might be there still, buddy.
I think they'll surpass the Jets.
Oh, yeah. They better beat the Jets. Otherwise, we're headed for an ice age, buddy. I'm telling you.
Well, let's not hope for an ice age. We like it nice and hot down here, buddy.
I'm not.
We said Alabama's undefeated. Texas just beat them.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I was like, hold on a second. That was a huge beat.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Hey, Jorge, that's what's good about football. You can bitch about it all week and then watch it again on Saturday and Sunday.
And you can just when you think you've got it figured out,
you don't.
Pittsburgh beats Cleveland.
Yeah, it's like women. It's like women. You think you got to figure it out, and you never do, Jorge.
I mean, they lay an egg out in San Fran. Now, granted, San Fran's a great team and all, but they lay an egg with San Fran, and then they end up beating Cleveland. So, I mean, you can't figure these games out sometimes.
And as much as you study or whatever, at the end of the day, I've always said it's luck.
Yep.
I mean, Pittsburgh starts off, a pass goes into your 3 different ways. Guy picks it off, goes down to silence. It just happens. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're on the good end of the stick, and sometimes you're getting the stick in the you-know-where.
Yeah. Now, what about Chubb there? Did you see that play? I didn't see it.
No, I didn't.
Think it was clean?
I didn't see the play. I heard it was terrible, though.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was a clean play. I don't think there was anything nefarious about the play itself, like the guy that hit him in the leg. I mean, he was blocked into him. I don't think that, yes, he ends up being kind of low going into him, but it wasn't his fault. So I think it was a clean play, but there's nothing clean about his leg. It is messed up.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, he's done for the year. I mean, the kid from Colorado, I don't know if you saw that play. He took a cheap shot on the Colorado State kid, took a cheap shot on the Colorado player.
Yeah.
And he's getting death threats.
Well, that was all the news.
Yeah, he's getting death threats.
About
his
that
family.
game, yeah.
Yeah, his family and him. Death threats. Very serious.
And then what Dion, and I'm sorry, I don't know Colorado State's head coach, but I guess they had a couple of exchanged words after the game, too. Dion went over to shake his hand and kind of pushed away and everything, so.
Yeah, it was...
the guy wouldn't shake his hand?
I thought they hugged.
He sort of shook it and sort of threw it off of him at the same time. It's kind of a weird video. I hate to say the words, look it up, but when you see that, it is kind of strange. At first, it looked like they were going to be cordial, and then it went sour quick.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many fans on the field too. It was crazy. And people were talking about that too. Like they were shocked that Colorado kids jumped the field when they were a 24-point favorite. They were like, what are they celebrating? Yeah. But everyone's got a different opinion.
All right, I guess you can look at it that way. They barely squeaked by him, and they should have been a beatdown. But, that's what Vegas thinks that they should have done. I mean, I'm sure that Dion was happy with a win.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. He didn't want to lose. He said in a press conference, he goes, I kept saying, man, if we lose, it's going to be a brutal press conference for me. So we'll see. All right, our friend, keep in touch with us, and go Pats.
Oh, yeah. You got that right, buddy.
All right. All right. Be good, buddy. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Tuesday. We're going to come back with a trifecta and so much more. We're going to keep this train going right down the tracks today. Choo-choo. We'll be back.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
Third season premiere of The Morning Show on Apple TV and the series premiere of The Other Black Girl on Hulu.
I hope that's what it's called.
It's called that. Of course, why would I say that?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Coming to Hulu this Friday and Saturday.
Don't miss our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest superstars from all genres of music on one stage.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Stream it live only on Hulu.
You will not want to miss.
This Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival for the 7th year in a row, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
It's a pretty smooth ride for your lunch hour on 95 right now. We are accident-free from Boca to Jupiter. Similar story for the Turnpike as well. Clematis Street remains shut down for construction that's ongoing. Expected to reopen September 29th. This is just Clematis between Dixie and Olive Avenue. I'm Joel Mountain.
This report is sponsored by The Mark Moss Show.
The G20 takes steps to tame the Red Dragon with a Biden plan to counter China's Belt and Road Initiative. I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. Listen to The Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Consumer Cellular's award-winning customer support is 100% based in the U.S., and you are 100% based in the U.S. That's something you have in common with Consumer Cellular's customer service. Consumer Cellular's customer service likes pizza, and you like pizza. You want a free month of service, and we want to give you one. We obviously can't wait to hear from you. Visit consumercellular.com/free month and enter code FREEMONTH to get your second month free. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Promotion is subject to terms and conditions.
Hey, it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, downtown Boca. Stop in this Friday as the Penthouse will be live and we kick off Greek's Gridiron 2023. Stop in, have a cigar, and maybe a Tito's with myself and Francis as we're on the patio. And this year, Greek's Gridiron, bigger than ever. You got a chance to go to Vegas and win a golf cart. It's Strike Cigar Lounge, a great place, great atmosphere. Enjoy life with friends and family. Stop by Strike Cigar Lounge, located in Arroyo Palm Plaza and Boca Raton. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Peace.
Hurricane season is still in full effect, so if you aren't prepared, it is never too late, and let Storm Smart be the company that will give you peace of mind. Hey, it's Franny. Protect your home or business with the leading hurricane safety product on the market for over 27 years, Storm Catcher Screens. Not only do they protect your home from storms, but they also add curb appeal, shade your home from harsh sunlight, and keep out those pesky bugs. To get your home protected with Storm Catcher Screens or any of Storm Smart's hurricane protection solutions, call 855-96-SMART or go to stormsmart.com for your free consultation.
You may not have heard the term fiduciary, but if you're working with a financial professional, it's important to know what a fiduciary means. A fiduciary, per license, has the duty to put the client's best interests first. In other words, your interests over our own. My name is Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and as a fiduciary, we must choose the best investment product available and have reasonable basis for that advice. Most financial professionals are simply paid a commission for selling you a product. Trajan Wealth is fee only, which means we're paid a low, flat fee, and that gives us incentive to grow your portfolio because our interests are aligned. If you're working with someone who is more interested in selling you a product or seems more interested in making a quick commission, then call me, Jeff Jr., and our team of fiduciaries at Trajan Wealth. Call Trajan today at 561-390-1000 or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
At International Diamond Center, you can take your time and design and meticulously create the most unique, most exquisite ring imaginable. But if that's not your thing, we understand. And that's why we created the IDC Signature Collection. Ready-to-wear rings at every price point.
It's a complete ring that's already done. We pick out the small diamonds, and we pick out the center diamond, and it's assembled, and it gets our stamp of approval.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People like this because of the value that they're receiving, because they're getting a complete ring without having to piece it together themselves.
Even if your budget is $1,000, IDC has a ring you can take with you today with a quality, stylish setting and a GIA-certified diamond. diamond.
We did all the hard work for you. Listen, we're the experts. And our job is to pick the right diamond for the right setting at the right price point. And I think we do a pretty good job of it.
Discover the No Stress IDC Signature Collection. Buy it today, propose with it tonight. International Diamond Center, US 1 and PSL Boulevard. Online at shopidc.com.
Love the feeling of getting more for less? The Drop app lets you score free gift cards by shopping at brands like Ulta, Adidas, and Sam's Club. What are you waiting for? Download the Drop app and get $5 with invite code GetDrop444.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Retired or retiring soon? How much money do you need to live comfortably? Retirement Planners of America is here for you. Would you like to have financial peace of mind? Here's how. Step 1, find out the amount of money you'll need to retire. Step 2, have a plan to get there. Step 3, make sure that plan can take advantage of market gains but protect you from market losses. Discover how to do all 3 with a free consultation at 800-508-6108. That's 800-508-6108.
All investments involve risk, including losses. Past performance does not guarantee future results.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Klein tools are new at Lowe's. Right now, get the new Klein 3-piece ModBox mobile workstation exclusively at Lowe's for just $319.94. Because Lowe's knows tools. Lowe's knows pros.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
Here's what's happening with the weather on Real Radio.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we continue to move through the rest of our Tuesday. We will see showers and thunderstorms moving across the area as well. The stalled front boundary in place. Slow-moving storms and heavy downpours could lead to localized flooding in a few areas. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s through the day. We will see more storms returning again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
Here in Florida, we have an FPL team of thousands ready for storm season. So as the storm approaches, just know our job isn't finished until everyone's lights are back on. Get ready at fpl.com/storm.
Mine the depths of God's Word and ignite your faith with Pray.com's new podcast, The Heartbeat of Faith, with me, Dr. Andrew Farley.
The beast raged against him, but he was not equal to the Lord of Lords. God's chosen hero, the Messiah, Jesus Christ, had defeated evil once and for all.
Listen to the
the man that gives the $1 million smile.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Most people think that a pirate's favorite letter is R, but it's actually the letter C.
Here's an interesting fun fact about pirates that you probably didn't know. Franny mentioned the female pirate Anne Bonny, and she was known as the Queen of the Caribbean. But what was really interesting about her is her fighting tactics. when she was sword fighting with men, she would actually whip out her boobs to distract the guys. And then while the guys were distracted looking at her boobs, she'd kill them. So that's something, Quite the tactic.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Sounds like she'd be favored in those fights because she had an extra advantage.
So there's that.
You think if you were being attacked by a woman and all of a sudden she flashed you, would that make you lose your composure if you were fighting her?
Of course.
Yeah. Even if a woman flashed me, it would make me lose my composure.
Wow.
Depends, I think. Got to see if they're in style or not. Jimmy, good afternoon.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis, good afternoon to you.
Hello and good afternoon.
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
Well, it is Tuesday, so some ratings are in already from the weekend football. Colorado State was the highest ever for a college football game that started at 10 o'clock on ESPN history. Had a 9.3 sharing. Started at 10. It did not end until 2:30 in the morning. So, again, we talked about in the first segment. Bars, restaurants, everywhere was packed until 2:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. And they made millions of dollars. And you got to thank Dion. Whether you like him or not, it's because he's there and they're winning. If that team was no Dion, nobody's watching Colorado State except maybe the people who bet on it. And that's not nearly $9 million. But $9 million on ESPN for a late night Saturday night, that is a tremendous number. So hats off to Dion. He's got a tough game this week. 3:30, he is playing Oregon. On Saturday, also, Florida beat Tennessee. Big game by them. They won 29-16. Hats off to the Gators. Now they're in the top 25. So go Gators. Our Miami Dolphins won Sunday night 24-17. They are 2-0. First game of the year this Sunday, home at Hard Rock Stadium, taking on Denver. They are a 6.5-point favorite. In Monday Night Football last night, it was the Saints beating Carolina, and Pittsburgh really surprising the Browns in the game. ABC did announce they're going to have 10 more games they're going to televise for Monday Night Football because of the writer's strike, which is pretty impressive for that, for ABC. That's good for them. They're going to definitely get some good ratings. And there was a rumor going around Kelsey and Taylor Swift, and they say that it is definitely true. Supposedly, these two are dating. We'll see what happens. There was a couple of references on the game Saturday when the Chiefs played the Jaguars by a couple of announcers. They're not confirming it, but they are saying that the rumors are there, and people close to them say that they're hanging out and having some fun. So not only is he catching passes from Mahomes, he's catching passes from Taylor Swift. He did score on Sunday, and when he scored a touchdown, he kicked the ball in the stands. Probably going to cost him a couple $1,000, but it was probably worth it because he did miss the first week. And that is your first trifecta of the afternoon. Peace.
Breaking news, the Rays have reached an agreement with the city of St. Petersburg and Pinellas County to build a new $1.3 billion ballpark.
Wow.
That's cool.
Looks like the Tropicana is going to be new.
Thank God. That place was a dump for
Was it? I've never
so
been.
bad. People used to talk about it all the time. Is it going to be in downtown? I'm sorry if you said.
That's just the headline right there.
St. Pete.
Yeah, our buddy
good
Evan.
for Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's speculation for the last 10 years they were moving. They were going to get out of there.
Are they in St. Pete now, or are they in the Tampa area?
St. Pete.
They're in St. Pete? Okay.
I believe so. And I think there's one bridge that gets you in and out of the stadium.
Well, I think that's...
I know St. Pete is like outskirts, but yeah.
Right. Isn't that like one of the biggest pitches is the fact that it's just that one way in?
Yep.
It's very difficult to get to because maybe they can address that and, put it in a location that's easier to get to. I'm not familiar with the area. I've never been there, so...
I was in Tampa twice in my life.
Yeah. I've been to Tampa near Busch Gardens, but
just never the stadium.
I didn't get over to the stadium.
Yeah, the ballpark. I have not either. So I got a couple text messages to get into, and they're from that one guy who hired the PI to follow his fiance on a girls' trip. Found out he was cheating. Was like, I don't know what I should do. I don't feel like I should be with her anymore. Should I just cut things off or say that why I know, right? That he hired a PI. So we have that. And then we also have some text messages talking about pirates on a National Talk Like a Pirate Day. So we will start with the guy who was like, what should I do in this situation? Just plain and clear, 47142. Start off with Real Radio. It says, run, Toto, run, is what it says on that. We have snooping. I don't think he was snooping at all. He didn't go through her phone or her personal belongings. He went with his gut feeling and found it to be true. He can just tell her he knows she was cheating and leave her ass. He shouldn't feel guilty at all. And that is from Sarah B.
Okay.
Talking about engagement rings too, because this is a fiance, not just a girlfriend that this happened with. And it says a engagement ring is a gift provided a marriage. The contingency is to get some things run away on me when they overlap. Sorry, I lost that text message. Here we go. An engagement ring is a gift provided a marriage. The contingency is to get married. If that does not happen, the ring goes back to the purchaser. According to this text message, we also have she may take the ring off at some point, maybe to go to sleep or before a shower. Get the ring first, then break up with her. The ring is a gift in contemplation of the marriage.
He could always say, I'm going to get it clean.
So if she messed that up, I think he'd be legally permitted to take it back since he has proof she cheated. That would help him if it ever went to court. All right.
I mean, those situations never do go to court unless it's like a huge ring. A lot of times people just go back and forth, but you never know.
Mm-hmm. So he says, when I found out a girlfriend cheated on me, I hooked up with one of her friends. Not her best friend, but a friend. I made all the plans of leaving her, and I knew when this girl got drunk, she would tell his girlfriend, and I guess now ex-girlfriend at the time. That weekend, when the girls got together, drunk girl told my now ex. When she got home, I left my apartment key under and opened. I left my apartment key under an opened condom wrapper. Said, adios, biatch. All right.
Is that a t-shirt?
Cheating revenge stories.
I guess. And left it under an open condom wrapper, the key. Then we have...
That's a message.
Yep.
Better than what was in it.
True. Then we have some pirate fun facts. Pirates also wore gold earrings in case they were killed. They said there would be a way to pay, or that would be a way for them to pay for their funeral in a foreign land. I guess the gold earrings. According to this
Makes
text.
sense.
Yeah. We have another pirate fun fact. Shiver me timbers, meaning when sailing through a storm, the ship would be tossed and crashing against the waves, cause the ship to rattle and make loud creaking noises. Right? So it kind of felt like the ship was falling apart. And that's when they would yell, well, shiver me timbers. According to this, timbers.
Okay.
Nope. And we have Julius Caesar, because we said that he was held for ransom by some pirates. And they had somebody, thank you for doing the math on this. They said 20 talents equals about $600,000 in today's money. So that would be the ransom that was being held for that. And then I don't know if this is true. I did not confirm, but according to this text at 47142, talking about Nick Chubb and that gruesome leg injury from last night's game, Greek said Chubb might be out for the season. They said this AM, they said he tore an artery and could lose his leg.
Oh, God.
I have not heard that.
No, I've not either.
So
I'm having seen the injury, I'm not surprised.
God forbid.
I mean, I haven't read that either, and like Greek says, and Franny too. Boy, please,
hopefully not.
Please,
right?
hope that's not true.
Sending prayers to him. And then there's no way to segue into this. All right, we have 365 days a year. I am so surprised by this stat. And I'm trying to think about it. So the average American claims that their home is it's like completely clean. Like floorboards, everything, like you dust completely clean for 11 days out of the year. Does that sound about right to you?
Seems a bit high.
Completely. 11 days out of 365. But then I'm going to it. I was like, man, there's not many times that I do go balls to the wall crazy cleaning the house. Like I will make it look, but yeah, scrubbing the floorboards, getting in the refrigerator, dusting all the blinds. I guess, yeah. Now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, this probably is about right.
Well, and everybody has a different, criteria to what clean is.
I think that's the key, right? Because that was where I was going to go, and I'll ask Franny.
Yes.
And only to say that because you have dogs and I have a dog that sheds all the time. So to me, that number feels zero to me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
There's always dog hair around, always.
So our poor dog sitter, when we were in Costa Rica, messaged my husband, and she was like, your AC went out. And we're like, oh, no.
That sucks for you.
Oh, my God. Well, of course, we felt horrible about it, and the dogs. And she was like, it's reading right now that it's like 92. And I'm like, oh, my God. And it's hot outside. So I felt, and I missed her WhatsApp messages, so I felt horrible. So she'd been dealing with it for hours. Finally, she got in touch with my husband. And we had somebody, luckily, his dad, who lives down the street, my father-in-law, went and helped out a little bit. And we had somebody come and check it out.
Okay.
And that's what happened. So my Roomba has been dead for a couple weeks now, and I've noticed the difference it makes having that Roomba run every day because of the dogs. So, because I'd manually vacuum, but that would do a lot of the work. Well, since it has, I guess there's so much dog hair that's been collecting and getting sucked into the vent, the AC vent. the plumber, the AC guy said he took out. So that's what happened. The lines were clogged with our dog's hair.
Wow.
And so he took out and he sent a picture to my husband, and it was a lot, and it was disgusting. And that's what caused our air conditioning.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, that's good you didn't need a new AC.
That's true. It was a cheap fix, but it made me, well, you know what it did do? It made my husband go, see, we're not getting a third dog.
Oh, that's brutal.
That's what it did. It did made him go.
That's not fair.
Because he's always going, do you see how much hair is around this house? But yeah, that's what caused our AC to crap out. So it was a quick fix, thank God. But yeah, they said if you walk around your house and think this place is never clean, well, we're not alone. This is pretty normal. According to this new report, the average person considers their home to be completely clean only 11 days out of the year. That's not even a day per month, 1 day per month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said it also comes out to just 3% of the time. People spend an average of 6 days per year cleaning and sanitizing their homes. An average, 6 days per year cleaning and sanitizing their home. They said on here, they do mention it's unclear if that's 6 actual days or if that's 144 hours, which equates to 6 days. But
it's gotta be that, right?
Right? Yep. They said, but either way, it seems pretty low. So when it comes to cleaning, the average person has 6 items on their to-do list. Vacuuming rugs or carpets, mopping floors, and laundry are the major things that are on there. The things that are most likely to be overlooked: cleaning your appliances, right? Thoroughly cleaning those, wiping down your countertops, which is something I do on the daily, and dusting the shelves. Those are the things that are overlooked. So you just look at the main big stuff, right? The floors, the laundry, the mopping, and that's like, all right, place is clean.
Looks good enough.
It looks good enough for me.
And Greek mentioned perception, right? Because when I read this article too, and I'm thinking, I don't, for some, and again, maybe I'm weird on this. I don't consider laundry cleaning.
Yeah, see, I do. Because it can pile up and it can be a mess, right?
Yeah. I mean, if it's all over the house and there's clothes all over the place and there's piles here and piles there.
We have a basket. I mean, we put them on there.
But some people just throw them on the floor.
Oh, all right.
You know what I mean? I mean, there could be piles of clothes. Like you go into somebody's shower and you can see towels on the floor. I've done that. Walked into people's houses. I've seen towels by the shower. To me, it's like you can't just pick them up and put them in the thing, but they don't. And she was hot, so I didn't want to say anything, but I was like, you have a lot of towels by your shower. I'm just saying.
But it is true. When hosting guests, people take, right, they go crazy.
Yeah.
And they take the number of precautions to help stop any kind of bacteria, viruses, and that's what they do the sanitizing and do. But that's when I notice, that's when I make sure, to me, my house is spotless, is I have people either coming over because we're entertaining or staying the night with us.
Right.
And that's when, because I don't want to think we're slobs.
Yeah. Everybody says the same thing. You don't want nobody to talk about you.
And that's everybody.
Yeah, that's everybody. Oh, my God, they're going to say we live like this? I can't believe it.
Right.
So, I mean, everybody's different. And some people look at it like, hey, I clean once a week. I went to one of my buddy's apartments a couple of weeks ago, and he had dishes up in the sink. He goes, I do them on Saturday. I'm like, okay.
He lets them pile all week long?
Yeah. He goes, I don't eat home every day. He goes, but a few days a week. And it was like Wednesday. I said, so you're going to leave these here till Wednesday? He goes, yeah. He goes,
Saturday's my cleaning day.
He goes, unless you want to do them, you're here. I said, no, I'm good.
I'm not surprised by that.
No, everybody's different.
I'm sorry, did you say he's a bachelor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
When I was a bachelor, when I was young 20s, I mean, I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Dishes would sit in the sink for 3, 4, 5 days, if not more.
Yeah, everybody's different. Everybody has a different thought. I mean, it's a different situation. One of my good friends' girlfriend is an Uber driver, and I spoke to her yesterday, and I was just asking her about Uber and how it is to drive on weekends. And she said the number one thing she's surprised about is how many people cheat and then get in her car and text or call a friend and talk about it. And she said men and women. And she has Friday and Saturday nights, and she says she makes good money. But she said that's the biggest thing she's surprised about, that people openly, talk about it. I just cheated on him. I just cheated on her. And I said, really? Wow. And she goes, yeah. She goes, they don't even think I'm paying attention. She goes, and I'm really not.
And even if they don't, they're probably like, I don't know her.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be it too.
Yeah. And she said that too. She goes, they don't really know me. She goes, but they openly talk about it. She goes, and when I picked them up, it's wild how they will call somebody right away and talk on their phone or text somebody or something like that. And I said, well, texting you can't really see. She said, well, it's usually talking and people get in the car and everything like that. But she said it wasn't just men. It was men and women. I said, wow. I said, that's
so a guy would cheat, get in a car, get an Uber, go home, and he would call a buddy and talk to him about it, or he would call his girl or significant other and be like, hey, sorry, I'm late. I just got caught up at the office.
She said
like
that
coming up with an excuse as to why, that type of thing.
And she said a lot of people would call people who were covering for them too.
Oh, okay, yeah. So all varies.
Yep.
It's not just one. Okay.
But she said that it was mostly all cheating, like she said. But she would say, hey, Jimmy, I was with you just now. We just left so-and-so's place.
Yeah. Some of that, I'm sure. And then other, right, gotcha.
We were at, she'd be like, and then there's places where she would pick people up and, they would just not be there. Like, hey, I just got picked up at the casino. She goes, and I'm nowhere near a casino, which is surprising because a lot of people, you can check that. You know what I mean? You can check where you get, if you're on the person's, Uber app and stuff like that.
If you can see, especially if it's a shared account, like if you and your wife have an account together,
or
and then you can look up and see, when it was used last and where the pickup and drop off was, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all
sure can.
Yeah, and then different things. She said she told a story about this guy that made her take her to the casino. I'm not going to say which one, and called his girlfriend. And then after he got off the phone, he made her take her to his other girlfriend's house. But he FaceTimed his girlfriend and said, hey, I'm at the casino. She said, okay, have fun. Call me later. Then he left and he went back. So there's sneaks outside everywhere, both sides. And if you're an Uber driver, you definitely are catching a lot of it. Jimmy, we have somebody on hold?
Yeah, we got Thomas on the line. Hey, Thomas, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, guys. I want to comment on the dishes thing in the sink.
Okay.
Yes. That is utterly disgusting and ridiculous. That people let their dishes build up. I come from a family of 8 kids, and you just imagine 8 kids. There's always dishes.
Sure.
But I could never in my life handle it. So as a kid, I'd be washing all the dishes. Not that I was made to, but my parents were just like, I got 8 kids. I don't need this, you know? But I got to stop everything right now.
And I got to clean up
the dishes. Thomas is over. He's on his way over. The dishes are in the sink. He's going to have a freaking cow.
Yeah.
He's going to freak out.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't understand, grown man or whatever. And to this day, I still cannot go to bed with anything in the sink.
I agree. But everybody's different. Yeah. I live with somebody like that. They'd be like, it's going to be there in the morning. I would do them. I did them all the time. But everybody's different. You're like that, and to you it's important. My mom was like that, but some people just leave them. They say, screw it. It'll be here in the morning.
I've gotten more like that as I've gotten older, where I hate the dishes sitting in the sink. And what I hate
about it.
Franny thinks about it.
I do.
But what hates me even more is when a pot is been washed or something like that, and it just sits there to be dry.
Yeah.
It takes... You went to the part that's hard, all right?
Yeah.
The washing is the hard part.
Yeah.
All you got to do is dry it. It takes
2 seconds.
15 seconds, and then it goes away. Oh, boy, it's like, it drives me nuts.
When you live with people or you're around people, even like my friend that day, it was Wednesday. I almost did do it for him, to be honest with you, but it was high. It was a lot. He was, I do them on the weekends. I don't care. And he's not a kid. He's a 50-year-old man. That's just what he
does. He wants to live that way, live that way.
And he's living in a beautiful place, mind you.
It certainly drive Thomas nuts, though.
Yeah. Thomas, you and him would never hook up.
No. And to this day, if I go to someone's house and they got dishes in their sink, I will just help myself to wash them. I don't care.
Wow. Oh, wow. Wow, you are a trooper.
I'm going to put you on hold and give you some info. And let's get together, buddy.
I think that's awesome. Now, would you be offended if somebody invited you over, did the dishes, and you just left?
Not at all.
Well, Thomas, thanks for the call. Thanks for listening, bro. You sound like a very clean and neat guy.
Take care, pal.
And that bothers some people. I've been with people.
I get it. I don't like it either. I don't like it when dishes are stacked up. Not just that, especially for days like that. I mean, that kind of mess brings critters into your house.
I would have people
get about bugs or whatever.
Mad at me because I would clean up. They'd be like, "Why do you got to clean up?" And I'd be like, "It's there. What are we doing?" I mean, why leave it in this thing? But everybody's different.
The party's over. It's time to clean up. I mean, or keep it, or if you do a little at a time. If you have guests over or something, if you do a little at a time, then it's not so overwhelming at the end of the night.
No, I mean, a party's totally different. I'm talking about everyday scenario.
Yeah.
Just like leave it there. Well, go ahead. I mean, everybody's different.
Mm-hmm.
Franny's here, thank God. So we got some Florida stories about what? Cracker Jacks?
No, not about Cracker Jacks. This one is very animal sensitive. I have a situation in Martin County Sheriff. I'll tell you, they're saying that something got dumped in the woods, and it makes me really sad and really mad at the same time. Then, if you've heard about these Jeeps that are being broken into at the Palm Beach International Airport in Broward, I will let you know why. And if they busted that has been going on for a few weeks, specifically targeting Jeeps. We have an Amazon driver in serious condition. I'll let you know what happened to that. And why did a teen boy, mind you, dress up like a married woman? I'll give you those details when we come back on Real Radio 92.1.
Think we're just in your car? Think again. Anytime, anywhere. Tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
95 northbound, just north of PGA Boulevard and Palm Beach Gardens, an accident. It is off to the shoulder, as is one on the Turnpike southbound. And this is just north of Lake Worth Road in Boynton Beach, a crash. This is southbound entrance ramp to the Turnpike from Boynton Beach Boulevard. Also, the word this afternoon is going to be rain. Watch out for some wet roadways. I'm Joel Malcolm.
This report is sponsored by The Mark Moss Show.
The G20 takes steps to tame the Red Dragon with a Biden plan to counter China's Belt and Road Initiative. I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. Listen to The Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile's the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
Warning. The following message contains an app recommendation you won't be able to resist.
Girl, how do you keep getting all these things for free? Coffee, makeup, and now lunch?
You haven't heard of the Drop app? Drop is a free app that rewards you for shopping at places like Ulta, Adidas, and Sam's Club. I've already earned $100 this month.
Download the Drop app and get $5. Use invite code GetDrop222.
Hi, my name is Dan Packard. I was on my way to work, and the gentleman behind me hit me. We called Morgan & Morgan. From that moment on, everything else Morgan & Morgan took care of. They emailed us all the time. They constantly stayed in touch with us.
We have been really blessed to have them in our corner, and it really did feel like family.
Morgan & Morgan did it all with literally one phone call.
Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. With over 2 million phone calls last year alone, more people in more cities across America want more Morgan & Morgan. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, you're also hiring a family business. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America, fighting for you. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. And visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Consumer Cellular's award-winning customer support is 100% based in the U.S., and you are 100% based in the U.S. That's something you have in common with Consumer Cellular's customer service. Consumer Cellular's customer service likes pizza, and you like pizza. You want a free month of service, and we want to give you one. We obviously can't wait to hear from you. Visit consumercellular.com/free month and enter code FREEMONTH to get your second month free. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Promotion is subject to terms and conditions.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to goodrx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Here's the latest with weather on Real Radio.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we continue to move through the rest of our Tuesday. We will see showers and thunderstorms moving across the area as well. With a stalled front boundary in place, slow-moving storms and heavy downpours could lead to localized flooding in a few areas. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s through the day. We will see more storms returning again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by Florida Power and Light.
I'm Jennifer, and I'm an FPL customer. I appreciate that at FPL, they are always teaching me how power works and how you can save money. I can actually have ownership and knowledge over my power bill.
Find more ways to save energy and money at fpl.com/ways to save.
Lex and Terry on Real Radio.
I feel like I walk like Joe Biden now, and I dance like Donald Trump. So I feel like I've got a little bit of Americana in me everywhere I go.
Lex and Terry weekdays 7 p.m. till midnight on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. An iHeart radio station. Lex and Terry on Real Radio.
Who's Germanelli?
She walked in here to deliver an Uber Eats package to us, and she was absolutely charming and beautiful.
Oh, I like that name too, Germanelli.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's super
hot.
hot.
Look like she has. Is she?
Mm-hmm.
And she
look like she has germs.
She works. She works. She does not.
She looks like Nelly, actually.
Oh.
Band-Aid
if
under the
germs
eye.
and Nelly had a baby.
She looks like you want to give her germs.
Yeah, she's very cute, and she has an accent. Where was she from again? We asked her, I thought. Remember?
I believe we did.
She usually brings it in, too, instead of leaving it at the door.
I hope she does.
She's from Denison.
That's fine.
Where are you from? Denison. No, really, you have an accent in Denison.
That means keep your eyes in your head.
He calling you out.
Keep your eyes in your head.
That's what my mama used to tell my daddy.
Keep your eyes in your head.
Ain't no need of you looking over there. Keep your eyes in your head. That woman don't want you.
We should do an impromptu interview. Germanelli.
Lex and Terry weekdays 7 p.m. till midnight on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. An iHeart radio station. From the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-3733. Real Radio 92.1.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yippee-yi-yay, you are back in The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thanks for always tuning in to Real Radio 92.1. Home of the Gators 101.7. Always a special shout out to you guys. home of the Miami Dolphins. Perfect Dolphins so far, 2-0. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And, of course, Francis is here with some stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say Florida?
I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
So they are looking for whoever did this. Martin County Sheriff's Office is looking for the people or person responsible for dumping several dogs in a wooded area. Nine dogs, mostly female, were rounded up in an area off of Cove Road. They said while a 10th one is now still on the loose. Officials say the dogs was spotted, but did run away, the one that is on the loose. They said they're Lhasa Apsos. If you're not familiar, those are small little toy dogs.
Mm-hmm.
The Lhasa Apsos range in age, they said from about 4 months to about 4 years old. They said majority matted and filthy. Sounds like a breeder situation, right? Humane Society of Treasure Coast says that otherwise they're doing well. They have them right now, and they're gonna be okay. They will not be put up for adoption until after the sheriff's investigation is complete. And officials are hoping for somebody. They need the public's help in finding whoever the hell dumped these dogs in the woods.
Terrible.
It is a terrible situation. I don't know if I mentioned it last week. I had a buddy who was on I think it was I don't know, I can't remember, a Home Depot maybe or something, and spotted a box full of kittens behind it in a wooded area. And I'm talking about like 12 kittens. And he did call the Humane Society and have them pick up, and they waited along too. But people are just horrible. They truly are. But luckily, they were found, these dogs, and hopefully they will end up in very good homes. Let's hope so. And then, there was a string of burglaries that was going on, and they were talking from Palm Beach International Airport, the long-term parking garage, Sawgrass Mills Mall, Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, and they were specifically targeting Jeeps. And 2 suspects have been arrested in connection to a string of burglaries involving these Jeeps parked at the airports. And as I mentioned, other places too. The Broward Sheriff's Office said 2 South Florida men in their 20s are now facing charges of stealing parts off of these vehicles. They were caught by detectives stealing headlights and grills from a couple of Jeep Wranglers in the long-term parking lot over at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport. They said they were followed out of the airport. They said allegedly tried to target some more Jeeps at the Sawgrass Mills Mall, and that's where they followed him to. They said that's where they were eventually taken into custody, and investigators say that they confessed to the crimes. At least 10 Jeeps have been targeted recently at Palm Beach International Long-Term Parking Garage, and the 2 men, they said in those cases have not been charged yet because the investigation is going to continue on. But I did see that specifically targeting Jeeps. So hopefully it was just those 2 and there's not more guys doing it, or gals, shall I say. Can't just put it on the guys. And then this sucks. Like Amazon drivers, you got to worry about dogs, right? You got to worry about crazy people. You got to worry. There's things you got to worry about. But man, did you think you would have to fight off a rattlesnake?
Wow.
And that is what happened. There was a woman in very serious condition, and this Amazon driver was bit by a rattlesnake while making a delivery to a Florida home. So she placed the box next to the home's front door. They said when it was an eastern diamondback snake jumped out by the door and bit her, according to the Martin County Sheriffs. She immediately became very ill, started calling out for help. She was taken to the hospital where the sheriff said is in very serious condition.
Sad.
Yeah, they caught the snake and did euthanize it, thank goodness. But eastern diamondbacks are common in the southeast U.S., and they are the largest rattlesnake. They can grow up to 7 feet.
Damn.
Yep. But they said, this is toxicology.com, maintain that these eastern diamondback, their bite is fatal, about 10 to 20% of the cases that are not treated. So hopefully she will be okay.
Thank God. Hopefully she got proper treatment she needed right away.
God, can you imagine just making a delivery and all of a sudden, yeah, that's insane. I did not realize that rattlesnakes were so common in this area. I don't know if I've ever seen one, and I would like to not see one, please, if I can. And then, speaking of animals, did you see this wild video of beachgoers who had to rescue a large shark on the Florida beaches?
I did. I saw that over the weekend. That was pretty wild, huh?
Yeah, that was a big shark.
Talk about taking your life into your hands there, but successful and nobody was hurt.
Yep, it is. It's crazy. That was Pensacola Beach, and this one woman was celebrating her 1-year anniversary. She said it was the same beach she was married on when she shot this video of a large mako shark that washed ashore.
Pensacola Beach. Beachgoers, you can see, struggling to drag the shark back into the Gulf. It's about a 2-minute long video, and it is pretty insane. They said that they spotted the fin in the water. She ran out to her husband. She said, next thing I knew, the mako darted onto shore, like in a fast speed. Like it looked like it was just trying to beach itself. You can see it thrashing in the shallow water. A group of men did go grab the shark by the tail. And you could hear some of them going, this might be too dangerous. Don't be doing that. They did anyways. And the shark will be okay. And then, Jimmy, I know you saw this story. I saw that you had this one, but it did happen in Florida with the bear in Disney.
Oh, yeah. I guess they found a bear at Disney. Well, this was Disney World, yeah.
Yeah, they had to shut it down. And we do know that we got black bears here in Florida. Like, it is a thing. But, yes, a bear sighting made them close down parts of Magic Kingdom. Yep, the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation said that Monday afternoon they successfully captured the adult female bear, and they're going to relocate it to Ocala National Forest. But, yep, they did. They found it in the most magical place on Earth. They reported seeing her in the trees, hanging out in Magic Kingdom, and she was like, man, this is awesome. Leave me alone.
I'm relaxing. Pantyasses.
Yeah, and you could see at the end they did so. They tranquilized it because they said there was a helicopter that captured aerial footage of what appears to be the bear in a tarp being carried out of the area. But yeah, they said normally you would just let him hang out in the trees. That's what you do. Just let him do it. But since it was Disney, they were like, we got to get this thing out of here.
Too many kitties around. I thought the funniest part about it was that they had to temporarily close down a couple of the attractions. Pirates of the Caribbean was one of them, but the Country Bear Jamboree was one too. So
makes sense.
A little bit of irony in that one, huh?
Probably want to hang out over there.
Yeah,
this place
exactly.
looks fun. And there you go for You Went to Florida.
Thank you, Francis. We do it twice a show, 11:05 and 1:05. In life, there are things that we all do. We say, I'll never do that again. 877-927-6969. I know the number one answer probably is not get married, but what is something that you've done that you could say, I will never do again? Mine off the top of my head would say drive from Jersey to Florida. That would be mine.
I say the number one would be drinking, wouldn't it?
Oh, I've said it plenty of times.
Yeah, how many people have said that in their life? I'll never drink again.
But this is,
but marriage is up there too. Yes. Yeah, no doubt about it.
I think it's something you got to stick to.
Yeah, or try to anyway. I think the drinking thing, like you said, a lot of people, and Franny just said too, in the morning next day, you're like, no.
Yeah. Oh, it's just the next day.
Yeah.
Give it one more day and you're feeling better. Right.
If you're praying to the porcelain god, be like, if you make this stop, I will promise you I will never.
But give us a call or text us, Real Radio 47142. Email Jimmy at realradio921.com. I could honestly say driving from Jersey to Florida, or Florida to Jersey, either way. That long in a car sucked. I'm not a guy who likes to drive long, hours long for me, extremely long. Commuting here sometimes, I'm like, oh, man, this is far. But let us know. Is there anything you think off the top of your head that you did? It could be someplace you went, too.
Well, not for me, but I'm sure other people have said it, like going on a ride, a roller coaster or something, like they'll do it to, take little Junior on, and then they get off, and it's like, nope, never doing that again.
Yeah, you're right. That could be definitely something there where you're going to get like so scared. You're like, I ain't doing that again. There's no way.
Or it just makes you feel bad. You know, I mean, my dad, when we went to Great Adventure one year, and I was a tyke, I was maybe in my young teens, and, we went, I don't remember the name of it, but if I say it, I think you'll understand. It's the thing that you get in it, you kind of stick to the back of the wall, and it spins so fast that the centrifugal force holds you to it, and then they drop the floor out.
The Gravitron is the one that I used to ride. That was the name of that ride.
Oh, okay, all right.
At the fairs.
So anyway, we got off of that, and my dad got sick. And that was it. He never got on anything like that again, just because it made him, obviously feel bad. So.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Which is there's one in Epcot I will never do again. I don't know if it's Mission Space or is it Mission Space or Mission to Mars or one of those in there, and they have like the wild or mild kind, right? You get to pick which one you want to go on.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it shook. It did. It shook me. It rocked my world. And it was one of the first rides that I went on, and I can handle, like, I love rides.
Right.
And I was destroyed. I could not do anything the rest of the day. It really got me.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So never again will I ride that thing.
Some people talk about boats. They go on a boat, they get sick. And they'll be like, I'm not going
There
on a
you
boat.
go. Same type of thing. Yeah.
I've heard that. Planes.
Flying.
Sometimes a bad experience would knock somebody out for a long time.
Sure.
Be like, I'm never flying. The turbulence or just being scared.
Well, you get a couple. You get a double whammy with that one, right? Or even with roller. You see that, and I hate to say it because if anybody that's borderline on roller coasters, that one. Please help me if you guys remember details on it. But the arm that was one of the big giant arms that was holding up the part of the track was broken.
Oh gosh!
And it was swaying in the wind.
Oh.
I could just imagine seeing that and somebody going, "Nope, I won't be getting on a roller coaster ever again."
Oh no!
Dude. Ooh, you know what's something I'll never do again that I learned the hard way? Frying up bacon naked.
All right, now let's not breeze over this.
Was there anybody with you? Were you alone, or was there anybody with you?
It just splatters that bacon grease, and I was just caught off guard. Well, I was cooking bacon, but I was cooking breakfast by myself, but I wasn't in the home. I wasn't at my home alone. But yes, yeah, don't do that.
Your audience must have been happy about that. They were probably like, "Yeah."
I didn't have an audience, cheap man.
877-927-6969. If there's anything you've done that you say, I will never do again.
I know some people said going to Times Square for New Year's Eve. I've heard people say they would never do that again.
There you go. Yeah. By the way, that roller coaster I was talking about was in North Carolina. It was at an amusement park, and it's called the Fury 325, and they found another crack, too, in it. So I think that thing's going to be shut down for some time, but it's amazing when you see the video of it, how it's just moving, and people were on the ride at the time. So obviously they shut that down, and I could see people doing that.
Could be a food you have makes you sick. Indian food. And one of my buddies had one time. He said, I'll never have it again. I'm thinking off the top of my head, stuff like that.
There you
go. Betting on your home team and then going to a game, something you might not want to do, especially if you lose. Going to the track or casino. I've heard people say that. I'll never do that again. I'm never doing it. But if you guys have anything, call us. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call. Something you say you'll never do again. Let us know.
Well, here's something for you. Now, we see a lot of different people. I know, like Joe Rogan is known for it. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers and his leg that he's getting. He got hurt the other day in a game, and whether or not he's going to use holistic type of remedies, all natural remedies.
That's what he says.
They're both very well known for that. So here's one that's right up there with you. Apparently, a Canadian wellness influencer has gone viral for claiming that doctors who have recommended glasses or contact lenses for bad eyesight are lying, and instead she can heal them using simple holistic healing methods instead, right? So, and apparently it's, I love this, but I don't love it. It's backed by science. Her name is Samantha Lotus, and she is offering an $11 course to teach you how you don't need glasses anymore.
$11 sounds like a deal.
Not bad, huh? Doesn't seem too bad,
even if it doesn't work, what's $11?
Yeah, you keep the price low and more people will go into it.
Yeah, suck them in.
Lotus told her nearly 30,000 Instagram followers that she already healed her own eyesight and is offering to teach others how to do the same. Her business is on a Yelp page, and she says it's called Incorporates Positive Psychology, CBT, a word I'll never even think about pronouncing. It's PNEI is the acronym that goes with it. Metaphysics, I can't say that one either, and energetics, nutrition, and alternative natural medicine into her healing protocols. Mallory, a popular TikToker, is somebody who's been kind of rebuting her and saying that it's, she's debunking it and it's disinformation. Another word I hope we get rid of soon. She broke down that Lotus's course in a video that garnered over 2.5 million views, and she said her class seemed as though it was a testimonial for essential oils, which Lotus is a representative for. So this other person's kind of debunking it, saying, well, the only reason why she's saying this stuff's any good
trying to sell her
is she's
oils?
selling an oil product line, right? So I guess that's possible. Lotus rebutted on social media, saying it's a misrepresentation and reached out to Mallory, threatening legal action should she choose not to remove that video, criticizing the influencer. So I guess we'll have to see where that comes down, but I don't know. It's we've heard a lot of these different things. Are you kind of into that stuff a little bit, Franny? I mean, you kind of like natural healing methods.
You know what? I will try anything, especially if it comes to, any kind of ailments that you have, stuff like that. If you don't have to go the pharmaceutical route, then I'd rather go the natural way. But it's like one of those things, right? She's charging $11 as a holistic coach for things, but she's also selling oils. And so, but yeah, you would think that this information, if it's truly out there, it'd be something that we could seek and wouldn't have to spend $11 for her to teach us how to do or what to take.
No, that's the thing, right?
If it's based by science.
Right. And it's, again, is she trying to make money? I mean, you mentioned it there real quick before you looked it up there. $11 if you craps out and it's not, anything worthwhile.
You don't care.
You're only out $11. It's not that big of a deal. Yet she gets 30,000 of her followers to fork over $11. That ain't so bad. That's a pretty good payday. Plus, she sells some of her oils.
Yeah, and let me know. I want to know people who've done this. Have people regained their eyesight back?
Yeah, it's not bad for 11. I mean, go to Lincoln Tunnel. It's $16 just to get across. So
yeah,
$11 for this ain't bad.
And it makes you wonder too. Obviously, we see how sometimes maybe our pharmaceutical companies might try to put medicines out there that don't really heal you and they only hurt you, or they keep things prolonged, right? And one of the things I noticed when I finally broke down and said, "All right, I need to get glasses and go out to do it," is I only really had one eye that was really bad. It needed some sort of really a certain amount of correction. And I thought, well, maybe I just get LASIK surgery on that eye and be okay. It's not bad enough. They won't do it until your eyes are like super bad.
Yeah.
Right. So here now the insurance company has to pay out money for glasses all this time. Right. Where if I just had one surgery that was whatever it is now, $1,000, $2,000, you're done.
Yep.
Now, when they check your eyes, isn't it just looking at an eye chart, or am I mistaken?
They do all kinds of stuff.
Well, do they?
Depends. There's different tests that they do.
You just fake it. I can't see anything. Help me. Give me my glasses. And then you put them on. You're like, wow, I can look. 877-927-6969. That is the number to call if you guys want to give us a call about something you will never do again. It could be something in your life. It could be something you drank. It could be something you ate. It could be someplace you went. Might be like, you know what? I am never going back there again. A lot of people say marriage. That's the common.
This is weird. I don't, but yeah, I get why you'll never do this again. At 47142, that's the text line. Start off with Real Radio. Something that I'll never do again: get drunk, then sand and varnish my testicles. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea ever.
Why?
And I understand
Did
why
it
you
go
would never
wrong?
do it again.
Did something go wrong with that?
I think the sanding part just does not sound fun.
Well, makes it nice and smooth.
Makes it nice and smooth.
What are we talking? 220 grit?
220 grit.
And we have here with the snake. They said, look at the snake story on WPTV. They said the snake was laying under the door and the driver sat in the box like next to it.
Right.
They said someone wouldn't receive their package if I was that driver. That's from Kevin and Jupiter. Yeah, if I saw it,
That's
package.
right.
Nope, I'm throwing it. I don't care.
That's right. I'm running and I'm putting it on the sidewalk with a note.
Leaving it somewhere else.
There's a snake there.
I was under the impression the driver didn't see it until it bit her.
Me too. That's what it seemed like. Because you would think, you see it, you're not going near that thing.
Nope. No. I'll leave the package right here. Take a picture of the snake, send them both to the owner of the house, and hightail it out.
Because I didn't see the video, and the report makes it seem like it caught her off guard.
Right.
Like it just went right after her. And then huge ass news is reporting that the captured bear in Disney World is doing just fine. In fact, the bear will be headlining in the Country Bear Jamboree every night with Saturday matinees too. We have that. It's not as bad as you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I was expecting. I thought it was going to be something with football, like Chicago Bears, because they're playing bad right now.
And then somebody wants to know: has anybody checked in with Joe Mazzullo? They said after the Browns lost to the Steelers and lost their ability to chub, we should make sure he is not standing on a ledge somewhere. Call in Joe. Let us know you're okay. It's from Hugh.
Yeah, Joe's a big Brown fan. I'm sure he didn't take the loss last night too well. He's got a dinner coming.
No, of course it's the Steelers, right? Longtime rival.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's but same old Browns. That's what people are saying.
And then speaking of a hit too, we talked about it. They said heads up since you were talking about Chubb's injury. Travis Hunter, Colorado has a lacerated liver from the cheap shot he took.
Oh wow, that's
I did
bad.
not read that either.
Really?
That's what the text line says. CSU will not be suspending the player.
Wow, that's bad. He'll be out for a long time.
See, but I tried to find that. I couldn't.
It's all over the place.
Oh, really?
No, I mean the lacerated liver part.
Oh, no, I thought you meant the hit.
No. I know the hit is all over the place.
Yeah, the hit is all. It was a very bad hit. Out of bounds. I mean, the play was over. The ball over his head, and the kid just clocked him. And that safety's a big kid, too. I mean, he got a clean shot. That's terrible if he's got that bad of an injury. He came back in the game, and then he left at halftime, and he was done.
There we go. So, yeah, it's claiming, right? So, Googled here, lacerated liver. They're saying 3 weeks he's going to be out for. A lacerated liver sounds so much worse.
It sounds like it's your
Feels like
career
death.
ending.
Yeah. It just does not sound good. But according to this, yes, lacerated liver out 3 weeks. Yeah.
That's not good. Not a good situation.
I mean, I
That
guess
was
your liver can regenerate itself, too. So, I mean, I guess maybe it's.
It was
I
a
don't know,
cheap
it's very
shot. It
interesting.
was brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, that kid should be suspended. There's no doubt about it. He should definitely be suspended. It was a cheap shot, out of bounds, and he was defenseless.
I gotta look at. Well, it doesn't regenerate, right? Can't you take a piece of somebody else's liver and put it on yours and it will regenerate? How does that work? I don't know.
Well, they say it's the only organ that can heal itself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which, I don't know, is sort of because, like, a heart can heal itself a little bit. Like, if you're a smoker, you know, if you stop smoking, your heart kind of heals itself. But I think a liver, that's the way I've always been, I've heard it.
It's not a good situation, no matter what.
No, not at all.
No, the kid definitely should be suspended for a couple games.
I'm surprised.
It was maybe NCAA will do something. It was a brutal hit. It was, and in that game it was very chippy. They were fighting before the game. Well,
it goes back to the coaches, right? I mean, I'm assuming that's where I took it.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying the kids, when they were getting ready for the game, they were showing highlights of them fighting, and they were in their shorts warming up. Like at 9 o'clock.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I see your point. All right.
Yeah,
before the game itself.
Yeah, before the game started, they were fighting with each other.
And it is terrible because, like you said, it was a bad hit, shouldn't have happened. But the fact that now, like, his family is getting death threats and stuff like that, I mean, that's a scary situation.
It is. Yeah. It's terrible. I mean, but that's our society today. You put something out there's somebody going to call you up or text you or email you or whatever, Facebook, social media, and come after you. Where years ago they would never because they couldn't get in touch with you. I mean, you're on social media.
And it's easy to put it out on social media, and there it is for the world to see, too. When you send out a death threat like that before, it had to be in some sort of mailing, something within the school. It was usually more confined because, again, we didn't have social media 20 years ago.
Well, and if they do it that way, it should be easier to catch them, too.
Yeah, exactly. It should be.
I mean, if they're putting something out there on social media where I'm going to, God forbid, hurt you or your family, but the kid should definitely be suspended. It was a brutal shot. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Tuesday. We are going to come back with a trifecta and so much more. Thanks for always tuning in to Real Radio 92.1.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
Third season premiere of The Morning Show on Apple TV and the series premiere of The Other Black Girl on Hulu.
I hope that's what it's called.
It's called that. Of course, why would I say that?
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Coming to Hulu this Friday and Saturday.
Don't miss our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest superstars from all genres of music on one stage.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Stream it live only on Hulu.
You will not want to miss.
This Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival for the 7th year in a row, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Rain and storms are moving through the Palm Beaches. Use some extra care on your drive and watch out for wet roadways. Jupiter accident, 2 right lanes blocked. Indian Town Road east. It's right before Loxahatchee Drive. Make sure you slow down for bicycles on the ride. That's traffic on Judy Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right, everything you earn doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Hey, it's the Greek from Monroe's in Palm Beach, and this week at Monroe's, 3 days of stunning shows, September 21st to the 23rd. Feature entertainer Bambi Wild live on stage only at Monroe's. That's where the beautiful ladies are. If you want to watch UFC or football and you get the beautiful ladies in your huddle, there's only one place to go, Monroe's. 7 days a week, open to 5 a.m. with a 5-star menu. And this week, on the sidelines performing for you, it's Bambi Wild live on stage, September 21st to 23rd. Hut, pace.
Hurricane season is still in full effect, so if you aren't prepared, it is never too late, and let StormSmart be the company that will give you peace of mind. Hey, it's Franny. Protect your home or business with the leading hurricane safety product on the market for over 27 years, Stormcatcher Screens. Not only do they protect your home from storms, but they also add curb appeal, shade your home from harsh sunlight, and keep out those pesky bugs. To get your home protected with Stormcatcher Screens or any of StormSmart's hurricane protection solutions, call 855-96-SMART or go to stormsmart.com for your free consultation.
Sick of paying $100 for groceries and getting just eggs, orange juice, and a paper bag? Then download the Drop app. With Drop, you earn gift cards with your everyday shopping. So get Drop today and start getting more than you pay for.
Listen up. This is so easy. Do you want the most money for your used car? Of course you do. And a hassle-free process? Yeah, that's GiveMeTheVin.com. Give Me the VIN is fast, easy, reliable, and pays top dollar for your car. It's that simple. And Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and thousands of online reviews. Get an instant cash offer and the most money for your car right now at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, downtown Boca. Stop in this Friday as the Penthouse will be live and we kick off Greek's Gridiron 2023. Stop in, have a cigar, and maybe a Tito's with myself and Francis as we're on the patio. And this year, Greek's Gridiron bigger than ever. You got a chance to go to Vegas and win a golf cart. It's Strike Cigar Lounge, a great place, great atmosphere. Enjoy life with friends and family. Stop by Strike Cigar Lounge, located in Arroyo Palm Plaza and Boca Raton. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Peace.
I would think that being a paying customer, that the insurance company would want to take care of me. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case.
Their first response is, I'm sorry, we can't cover that.
The other person's insurance company started looking into mine and my husband's assets. It scared us, and we needed protection.
I really didn't know what I could do. But what I did hear was a lot of good things about this company, Morgan & Morgan.
I do liken it to picking the biggest dog in the yard.
It's easy to call Morgan & Morgan, and they know how to deal with insurance companies.
Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before. With over 2 million phone calls last year alone, more people in more cities across America want more Morgan & Morgan. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, you're also hiring a family business. And after 35 years, we now have more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. Protecting America. Fighting for you. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Hi there, I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah, I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah, little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-917-5151. 800-917-5151. 800-917-5151.
What's holding you back from learning the language you've always wanted to know?
Too hard.
Takes too long. Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons take just 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes isn't long.
Nope. And they're fun. So you don't realize you're learning a language, but you are. In 3 weeks, you're able to start having conversations. And Babbel's lessons are built around real life.
And with Babbel, it isn't hard. It's perfect.
Now try Babbel free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Real Radio weather.
From the Gordon and Partners Weather Center. Have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Lauren Oleski for CBS 12 News. Skies are partly cloudy as we continue to move through the rest of our Tuesday. We will see showers and thunderstorms moving across the area as well. With a stalled front boundary in place, slow-moving storms and heavy downpours could lead to localized flooding in a few areas. Temperatures are in the mid to upper 80s through the day. We will see more storms returning again tomorrow.
This report is sponsored by The Mark Moss Show.
The G20 takes steps to tame the Red Dragon with a Biden plan to counter China's Belt and Road Initiative. I'm Mark Moss, helping you navigate the decentralized revolution. Listen to The Mark Moss Show on the iHeartRadio app, on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app? Free music.
Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts.
Free playlists.
Free contests. Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
You're back in The Penthouse on a Tuesday. Coming up to the conclusion of the show. After us, it is always the News Junkies. And then it is Lex and Terry for nighttime entertainment. After I get done with the trifecta, Franny's going to give us a tip on some nighttime entertainment of things that you may and may not want to do. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
Francis is here.
Hey, what's going on?
And it's time for the last trifecta of the day.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
All right, Colorado and Colorado State played Saturday night, and it was a late game, and everybody knew about it, and I was out and about, and I said, man, the millions and millions of dollars this game's making for everybody. Well, it made a lot of money for ESPN, too, and ratings-wise. It was the highest game rated ever for a late-night college game. 9.3 people watched that game. That game started at 10 and ended at 2:30 in the morning. That is unbelievable, and I do know a lot of people who are watching it, and not just gamblers, just people hanging out, watching it, and wanted to see the conclusion of the game. Colorado came back when they were trailing by a lot and ended up winning overtime. Dion also is involved with a sunglass company, and he has his own line. And he sold $1.2 million worth of sunglasses that weekend after the coach of Colorado State called him out. So everybody went out and said, man, I gotta back Dion. It was the biggest event, no doubt about it, in college football this Saturday, and probably surpassed the pros. Fox was there. Also, ESPN was there. The Rock was there. Everybody was there, it seemed like. Lil Wayne brought them out. So where Dion goes and he's winning so far, it is working out. This week is big test. They are playing Oregon Ducks. The Ducks are laying 21. If I was you and I was betting on Oregon, I bet on them today because that line is going to go up, no doubt about it. Our Gators had a big game, put them in the top 25. They beat Tennessee 29-16. Game didn't start off good, but like in life, it doesn't matter how you start, it's how you finish. Gator down 7-0, then they turned it on, and Tennessee became Gator bait. Chiefs won in Jacksonville, and the strong rumors are out there that Kelsey is dating Taylor Swift. And these rumors are still out there. Whether or not it's true, we don't know. Kelsey did score a touchdown in the victory over Jacksonville and then kicked the football into the stands, which was very cool. I'm sure he got fined for it, but he was excited that he's back in action.
Yeah, I saw that instant. I thought he was going to get a flag for it.
Yeah, so did I. But he didn't, and he kicked the ball into the stands, and that was pretty cool for him as he ended up doing that. The New York Giants were down 28-7. They had the biggest comeback in like 70 years. They ended up tying the Cardinals, and on Sunday winning in overtime. But Barkley did get hurt, and he's going to be out for a while, and that is not a good thing. And that is your last Greek's trifecta of the day.
So, G-Man, I know you were excited to talk about this. And what it is are the do's and don'ts of hiring a dominatrix.
I got to bring Jim.
Yes, we're so
excited about it.
I can't wait to take some notes on this one.
It should, because this is explained by a real dominatrix.
Let me write this down. Go ahead.
Who has decided to give her knowledge to a website called AskMen.com.
AskMen.com.
Ask Men, yeah. So if this is one of your sexual fantasies and you've never done it before, you may want to know what you want to look for specifically. The do's and don'ts before actually hiring a dominatrix. Wow, here are a few things you should know.
Very ironic.
To make sure things go smoothly for everybody involved. So they want you to know, do understand the difference between different types of mistresses, all right?
Oh.
Not all of them are the same in terms of specialties, amount of experience, right? What they're willing to do, or where they work. They say it's a good idea to know, for instance, the difference between a dom working in a dungeon and a dom who operates on her own.
Oh.
Like, we'll go to your house.
Okay.
Right?
I guess the price matters, too.
Well, you can't take the dungeon with you.
No. But they say the dungeon actually is a great place to have a fantastic session. They say session in particular because there's more variety to offer in a dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
All right. It's all about variety, right, Creek?
Yes.
64 crayons in a box for a reason.
They say if you seek out hiring a pro dom who is independent, which basically means she's operating outside of a dungeon, she may have her own dungeon or rents out a space. She can do that too.
You can just bring a ball and say fetch.
That usually means she's worked in a dungeon or various for a while, training and learning what works for her best. So
Spit on me. Oh, that's nice.
What?
They said it's important when choosing between an independent or a dungeon mistress to understand that doms in the dungeon only make a portion of what you're actually paying. So if you're paying $300, it's possible they're only making $100. So if you want her to make all the money, get the independent one.
Yeah,
goes to the house.
It does.
It's like a haircut.
It does.
Yeah,
It
they
goes
gotta
to the
split
house.
it. Yeah, that's not fair. Yeah, you want somebody who's working off their ass.
The owner of the dungeon does take a cut of the pay. So if you want, an independent session, you want her to get all the money, make sure you go independent. All right?
Now, do you have to pay extra when you get them for sex? Or is that they just do the dominatrix thing, and then if you want sex, you got to pay more?
I don't know, G-Man.
Ask men.
These are questions that we need answered.
I know.
We got to know. Because
I do know this.
We're going to call somebody.
I do know this.
Call AskMen.com.
They said don't try to pay without tipping.
Oh,
well.
Isn't that big these days? Everybody wants a tip.
Just can't get your ass beat for free these days, I guess.
True. The woman says, I don't know who, because this is from an actual
Get your ass
dominatrix.
beat for free.
She was like, I don't know who raised these men who haven't tipped me before, but let me just say, dominatrixes are providing a specialized service, and you should always tip them.
25%?
If you hire an independent who's probably making 100% of what you're giving her, you should still tip her, but you should never, ever go to a dungeon and not tip your mistress.
So then, if
Because the house gets it.
Do you tip hookers?
You can. Like if say the girl says she gets $500 a night, you might throw her $650 or $600, like $100. Because again, you got to ask her: are you an independent? Because I always ask. Or are you being corralled?
Well, it's
because
very thoughtful. Very thoughtful.
Because she's working on her own.
She's claiming a minimum you should tip at least $75 a session. A minimum. She said that's a minimum. But if you're asking a woman to pee on your face,
oh wow,
she said
that's at least $250.
She said that you have to tip a ton more. It's just disrespectful not to.
10 more to pee on me. Wow. Is that in the sign that she brings with you?
She had a guy ask her, this is a real dominatrix, to hit him in the testicles so hard that he wasn't going to be able to have children.
Wow.
These are some of the requests.
I hate to say it.
That's crazy. You're in a lot
Should
of
I do this?
Yeah, you're in a lot of these groups.
I've seen a couple of those videos where the guys get kicked in the jimmy, and I just think to myself,
that's crazy.
Why?
They want it.
That's a pain. It's unbearable to think of when it happens on accident.
It's crazy.
I can't imagine asking for that.
Just get divorced again on pain.
This is so funny because she claims that if you don't tip, it's a way to, because there's a community. They'll tell them, like, don't let this guy hire you.
Yeah.
That's what they say. They'll like,
he's cheap.
She said if you're not blacklisted, basically the best case scenario is that's how you'll end up with a nickname like Smelly Ball Steve or F-Face Ballbuster. She said they give you bad nicknames if you're not.
Wow, they really want
Ball
that.
Steve.
Smelly Ball Steve.
I've heard about him.
Yeah. They really want those tips. Wow.
Yeah.
Cheap bitch.
Yep.
Yeah, can't you just go with your traditional cheap bitch? Old school. We got to have a different name? You got to put me down?
Do's and don'ts of hiring a dominatrix from a real dominatrix. They said, do know what you want, or at least have an open mind. Says, my favorite client is one who obviously just dedicated to their kink. It's hot, and it usually means they're seriously into BDSM.
But if you are one that doesn't know what you want, they say be open-minded for,
Have a menu.
for her suggestions.
Yeah.
Yes. You can allow her to work on them and try out new things. And then you'd be like, I like that or I don't like that.
Yeah, maybe sex with like a giant jersey on, something like that.
Yeah.
Just like it. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. Spikes.
Whips. I don't know about the whips.
Dog chain. And a Giants jersey.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Nice. Is that 11? All right, Phil Simms. You're in.
Oh, my God. Do's and don'ts.
Do's
We're helping
and
you out today.
don'ts of hiring a dominatrix. Don't be ashamed to ask for what you want.
Of course, you're paying. It's like a restaurant. You order. You walk up to the table and say, do you know what you want? You don't let them order. You order.
They say don't mumble what you want. They look her in the eyes and tell her exactly what you want.
I thought that was her job, not me.
What do you want me to do? That's a big question, though. Do I have to pay extra for sex? If I'm paying just to get beat up, and then I got to ask, is there another price? That's a very, if you know the answer, call us. 877-927-6969. That's the number. What do you think about that, Jimmy? Just off the top of your head? You think you have to pay extra to have sex?
I thought it was part of it.
So according to her...
Then again, I don't know.
I like the way you think.
According to her, right, she said that you got to know the difference between different types of sex workers. Don't confuse DOMs with them. They said dungeons are legal in NYC. They are. But many clients go to the dungeon seeking things of a more specific nature, such as maybe oral sex or things like that aren't within the job description of a dominatrix.
See?
Yeah.
Screw you either way.
They say if you
it's
do
in
that,
the fine print, isn't it? It's always in the fine print.
Real small.
say if you do
Devil's
that,
in the details, as they say.
Yeah.
Devil's in the
it is. You're putting the dominatrix and establishment they're working for on the line.
Oh.
If you do, because they are legal.
See, I think a lot of people would think that if you go there, that you can ask them to do whatever you want.
They say we do kinks and role play. That's what we're specific. That's our focus is on that, not about giving, the
Sex.
person oral sex or sex itself.
Oh, then it's really not a bad
They
job.
said if you're interested, seek other sex workers.
All you got to do is I don't know, set on them and they're happy.
Yeah.
Or pee on them.
It's about kinks. Yeah, that's what they said. It's about kinks. It's not about actually having sex with them.
So then really it's not a bad job because you can get money, keep your clothes on, and just, beat the guy up and take his money.
Yeah.
Sounds like a divorce.
Or marriage.
Sounds like either one.
It does.
And you're paying either way. Pretty. You got that other one with the horses in the background? I love that.
Spit on me.
That one?
The
The horses in the background?
The horses turn around, whatever it was. It was a drop you used to do years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago. I probably don't have it.
Yeah, it was something with the horses or something like that. It was a funny line. Give us a call if you had any information about this. But we seem to have clarified a one big dilemma. If you do hire dominatrix, it's not extra. It's extra for sex, so you got to let them know that.
No, they don't do that.
Yeah, they don't do it.
Yeah. So we've learned a lot here today.
Yeah, clearly paying attention.
I did. I knew it. It's extra, and you got to tip them.
It's not extra. They don't do it.
Wait, are you even paying attention?
No, clearly not.
I'm sure if you threw them an extra 20,
Oh my goodness.
you'd be like, come on. But you got to tip them too. They're beating you up, and you got to tip them. Wow, that is really generous.
So that's it. They're service workers.
That
so
sounded
yes.
weird.
I wonder what city is the most famous for this and gets the most business. I'm going to bet Miami or New York or Vegas.
Well, New York City is where this woman's from, and it's legal there to have dungeons. I don't know. Does Florida, do we have that kind of stuff here?
I don't think so.
Well, if technically, right, so the idea is technically it's not a brothel where actual sex is happening in exchange for money. I guess it would be legal anywhere, would it not?
I would guess they're not being, you're charging somebody for a service, just like if somebody comes over your house and cleans your pool.
Pretty safe to say that more than likely there's going to be some form of that activity happening.
Yeah, do you remember the one lady who she went to the commissioner's meeting?
Yeah, that's
dressed
right.
up in all that BDSM stuff here in Florida.
Yeah, she did.
So, she's got something going on. I don't know if it's a business or not, but definitely looks like she's got a business.
I thought she was actually
Miss Crave.
advocating for prostitution, or
I think she wanted taxpayer-funded BDSM dungeon. She wanted a dungeon.
That's right.
Yeah,
she
wasn't a sex worker.
No,
yeah. Technically.
Right, yeah, technically.
I learned a lot today. I'm glad I'm listening.
Yeah.
Because if I ever get a hire one, I'll be like, hey, see, so really, traditionally, you're better off going back to just get a pro.
It depends on what you're into. If you have a kink like these people, then you go and you become a submissive.
877-927-6969.
What about me?
Give us a call.
What do I want?
What do I want? Oh, my God. Well, you could hire her to come over, and she could do whatever you want, and then maybe she can pay you for sex. That could work out great. You can really swap in money.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, look, you
beat my ass, and then you pay me for sex. We're helping each other out.
I think it's great. Just like that.
I tell you, we're solving the world's problems 1 minute at a time.
We really are.
I'm just saying.
Oh, you're part of this too, Missy.
Nope, I'm out.
You don't want to stand with us on this? If everybody's making money, usually everybody's happy. In any organization, that's what I live by. Give everybody a taste.
What are we talking about now?
They're making money. They're coming over to the house. You're paying them to beat you up or whatever you're into.
Yeah.
Which we don't judge. And then you'll have sex with them for an amount of money that you're charging them. So it works out either way. As soon as you walk in, you tell the person that.
You give it a shot. Tell me how that works out.
I don't think they're going to be happy about that.
I've tried it a lot of times, just generically. Hasn't worked out great, but just throw it out in the atmosphere. I always tell them the first one's free.
Does it work out well for you?
It probably won't be a second one.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You never know. 877-927-6969. Come out of the closet if you know anything about this and help us out. Maybe we're really not even on the same runway. But I found out a lot.
I crashed the burn way back before we even got on the final.
I think we have a way of making everybody happy in this situation. We pay you, you pay us, everybody's happy, and make sure you bring a roll of quarters. Thank you so much for listening to the Penthouse. This is Monday's show. You're just hearing it today because we weren't here yesterday. And tomorrow you'll get Tuesday's show, and so on and so on.
This was tape delay.
Was it?
Yeah, it's tape delay.
It's not live. We're not live right now.
So what do I put that down for a subject? BDSM?
A lot of initials in there. I was confused.
Franny. Whips.
Leather.
Spit on me.
Wow.
It's the name of today's show.
Yeah.
You have to find it.
Whips and spit on me. There's pee in there, too.
Oh, yeah, you know what the boss always asks? What's today's show about? That's what she's saying.
Spitting on me.
BDSM.
Whatever that means.
That should go over well in the meeting. So, what did you guys do today?
Jimmy, great job Monday and Tuesday. Thank you so much. I trombone you, my friend.
Well, I'm boning you right back, buddy.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you, great. Thank you, Franny, for coming back, and thank you for listening.
Of course, Francis. Yesterday you did a great job, but
Thank
today
you.
was better.
Thank
you
you.
really rocked the world today.
Yesterday was a great show.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd top yesterday.
I
be honest with you.
I almost didn't come in today because I didn't think I could. Like, that's it. Drop the mic.
Hats off to Green Turtle Car Wash. I lost the Gucci belt, and they found it under my seat.
Oh, how tough.
Thank you, guys.
They found it in your car.
Did you lose it? Did you lose it? Oh.
It was really bothering me. I called my therapist. I said, I can't find one of my Gucci belts. It's bothering me. He said, what does it have on it? I said, little G's, of course. Franny, good job as always.
Thank you, guys.
I'm so glad you came back. I know you're debating.
Happy Tuesday.
If Boston didn't have bad winners, she was staying up there. Yeah. And thanks for texting me over the weekend. I really felt special. Even if it was an opinion, it just made me feel like that you love me. I'm glad I put money in your pocket. It is the Penthouse on a lovely Tuesday. I hope you guys have a great job. Same time. And if you don't, I meant great time, but if you have a great job.
Have a great job.
If you don't have a great job, it's not my fault. We'll talk to you guys same time tomorrow. And don't be late.
Yeah,
I hate people are late. Yeah. I found my Gucci belt, so all is good. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.
Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Turnpike slow in Lake Worth. It's an accident taking up your left lane. Look out for congestion at Turnpike South, right before Lake Worth Road. That's traffic. I'm Jody Stewart.
This report is sponsored by Boost Infinite.
Hey, if you're thinking of getting the latest iPhone, you need to stop and check out the